when our friends took us and left Ghana in hippie. It was former President Kufuor and the MPP government that took this country's economy and built it into a lower middle income until 2009. By the time we gave it back to them in 2017, when President Akufo-Addo came, they had taken us back to IMF. It is President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo who took us out of IMF and built the economy of this country consistently from 2017 to 2019 on a GDP growth of 7%. Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Eric Opoku was talking about our debt. The 222 billion extra debt on your 122 billion, half of it is the liabilities you left. Financial sector bailout alone was 21.5 billion. The IPPs, the doomsday problems you left, the take or pay contract, that alone was 30 billion. The exchange rate effect is about 48 billion. We also inherited undisbursed loans. When you add all that, you are over 100 billion of the 222 billion.
Wey John Kuma, Deputy Minister of Finance, and a Kasasam, we possibly am a fire craby, and a Pessia Juniko, and say, or say our brothers from the other side are saying we should go to IMF. We are not going to IMF today or tomorrow. A Deputy Minister of Finance, woman and a she is a Kasamso. And yame. And it is on no she is a Kasamso, but the say, Ebinum see and IMF. Ebinu say IMF ye nkone enko kire san say ya ye hihye ye be ma IMF no kono amamu no IMF no ye nkoi, and he's still sitting there occupying that position as Deputy Minister of Finance. You reckon for that so can say me ono na yo boss no ogboro no ebra IMF ye nkwa hu sembe bebire no ono so nya bra kan bibi say Ghana fo ye yoma ye ni eden ye de ho enti IMF me pacho mo ye tie de wura kan for that so kan ye say IMF see e be kose ye nko na fi ye mra.
But I can tell you, as my colleague Deputy Minister said, we are not going to the IMF. Whatever we do, we are not. The consequences are there. We are a proud nation. We have the resources. We have the capacity. Don't let anybody tell you. Like when Joshua, Caleb, and 10 others went to spy on the promised land. And only 2 of them came to say that we can do it. And the 10 went around the community murmuring, you can't, We are not people of short sight, you know. And we have to move on, okay? So let's think of us as who we are, a proud, strong people, the shining star of Africa, and we have the capacity to do what we want to do. If only we can speak that one language and ensure that we burden share in the issues ahead. Thank you very much. But I can tell you, as my colleague Deputy Minister said, we are not going to the IMF. Whatever we do, we are not. The consequences are there. We are a proud nation. We have the resources. We have the capacity. Don't let anybody tell you. Like when Joshua, Caleb, and 10 others went to spy on the promised land. And only 2 of them came to say that we can do it. And the 10 went around the community murmuring, you can't, We are not people of short sight, you know. And we have to move on, okay? So let's think of us as who we are, a proud, strong people, the shining star of Africa, and we have the capacity to do what we want to do. If only we can speak that one language and ensure that we burden share in the issues ahead. Thank you very much.
When the Kasai, a Yurua, Ken Furiata, Finance Minister, the Deputy de Kakai, Ibinum say IMF, Ibinum say Yanko. Young Conne, young Cochina, any Ohana see any ho. We are even more than there. Ogboro Nankaso and New Finance Minister Nankasa. And so can say, Ibinum say Yanko, young Conne, yen ko china na monhwe no bia na adamo ese wan na dada yen ewura kanofo data ne finance ministry for na dada yen na say nipa na ka se kwa IMF a yeso mo yesa bisa be ka se mo abonsanfo wo mo enwino man no ho no wo mo ane de okan se yenko a na ye ko no hifo na dada ne yonko muna finance ni sika de kura mo sika sam tutu mo na munim enti se be ko benko be ko nifa no mo na mo de ho nsam oba enya ye tie akiri enti mo a tutu sika sam no tutu ye no mo ena mo kasa yenko na enko kina na se bibi wo ho nti ena mo se yenko muna munim oban fapem ni sika sam fapem muti na mo se yenko enti se mo nim sika fapem sika sam no fapem na mo se yenko a eba ne san ena ene busu miensa ne ye wo IMF bibi a mo se yenko no yenko china na mo hwe no bia na adam who is that dying somebody I know the one who is that dying Ghana for and you are still sitting there as the finance minister or maybe so I can resign credibility respect I can resign the word honorable minister for finance the honorable member of parliament for Ejoso yes, and the deputy minister of finance. Honorable members, the word honorable. We didn't want to say. Until Sunday, somebody and so ye. Mummy, no, you say IMF, and no busum you your IMF. Until Brenna Mo Casa Samninano, no one will see a backo. Now, some more dad than catcher as a young co and the yako, and you are still there as finance ministers and no deputy. Share. Si amene anya de ne anka no kore ankyere wo mo a ye de omana hye omo nsa no a menu mienu a ye ni tumi bia no ye ne bebre si amene anya de ne asekire se anka no kore ankyere nipa bia de tumi ama omo na ya de sikatu omo ka so omo hwe antoto ne mama yen ye ne ama omo adwuma o ene eti omo ka o no mo nya adwuma ma yen no si yanhwe yi a wo mo mo be ya afa ho a na omo ne na baby na menu mienu ye da so wea enti penfo mienu yi wo mo se mo kan ye a few days or few weeks before I call IMF no so wo hwe me na no pay ya me ma good morning they should be there ayi ye hia wo fie na no pay ye bedi nko fa Black Stars ho enra de si ye no so hu ni sen ye bedi nko mo de afa ho aso ye coach in tactics ye coach ni some kan no ye lose match na so resign na bibi she baby wow coach na enra wo ono ye tete no German say Dortmund or me wa Dortmund e ho no wo enra Blasters di nkugo na wa resign akobetuma kasa still na no I'll continue to be the head coach of the Black Stars but wa resign and tell them to nipa mienu amedi kan bomb voice ya mo hwe yi wo mutumi ensua coach no so resign credibility now somebody will say mu mienu nyina mo nya credible and it's true obi kasa yampa because mo sama mo kan ye few weeks before going to IMF no I suppose mo obi ankasa ene yete ho enti Blasters dey see ye no ye bedi nkoma kwa kire ye papa penalty no me bottom 11 me lefty ye bo penalty a dede ye nyina ho en sugar enko enyina ho debi we don't do it that way lefty for idim said ye bono ebi no say Messi kura ayi na enya hwe Messi enya Messi asom ne ka ho penalty na South Africa Uruguay for edin ye free mu nti se enya penalty na se de betwe wo maso a se de hye wo ne de twe wo maso eno se boy yen wo ho eno se be ka ho asem na anopai na fe enanso ya dwendwene de course awo manhia no ho se ye ma odibre se wo ye bi pani awo ba bi enya pani mpu pese mpu ewo adwuma bi mu ana ba bi a so wo ne ye no se ne se ye so bi provoke se dempo a den ne se wo ye ya ye nam he me obi said that pa me ko ba bi me ti wodi me ni pa de minimum mpo obi no te me nchen na ensam o kan he no it was so provoke. She say, she bufu sa. Mama nkasa. Na me din. Na me hwe ni din. Ka say auntie do bless me sorry kono. And I'm sorry. And I'm calling. And come to me akabi a kire no. Na so nkasa. Apipa me din. Apipa me din. Enti opani ya, o national service penny was antemantemi no. Anka onkuntumi nye no kwan bi so e ma na nyefe amana bedu pempeso edru ye ne udin e na ye ka ebu udin pasa e me yase ebu udin sa ewura ni di na tem say me hu ofense wo baba ade achi ya akofa wo ma abetu Facebook for what when you run a competition na e be di hu komo na fia hwe esi kasam ne wo mo kan se ye nkwa ya koyi ayadu ba bi aduru yi no ye be hwe ne de hu komo Bank of Ghana policy rate no we increase no to 27%. And so ben na eba benya wo mene wo a yeti akire a ayese ko bank nketo ebi rekopa bi sia kakra anse ntumi de twetwa ye ho ye be hwe na ye de no so nkomo pa afei okwan be for ye be gege taxes awo man yi mu no aso VAT a yato mu to that level no e betumi me enya the needed e betumi generate the needed sikese ye hwehwe no ye betumi enya anaka e betumi en kakra na ka etumi for kwan be so ye levy here they call from 1.5 to 1% no aso ebe motivating nipa ama ye de ho wura ye levy transactions no mu ana afi threshold no ye free ho so who send it simple a ye je 1% of that's your simple no aso eno so ebe motivating nipa se nipa nya na ede ne ye be yankasa etene sankomo no na ye bidi abejafo be kaminsa wo fie ha ene anopai yoti benkum so akiri wo pe no eye Mensa Thompson o executive director ade ma nidin po we ade ma Alliance for Social Equality and Public Accountability eye ASIPA ena fe yoti mi benkum so pe wa ha eye Jeffrey Kabute Okansi o ye executive director ade ma Revenue Mobilization Africa wono so na etimenchen pe ewa hai na fidotimi ni faso Divine and Kroma wono director of operations ade ma PPP sa bedwafo ne omodo omo mera chen ya ye bedi nko bedwafo ma munyina akwa aba ye so radio asisa de adomadom ye non kron apa ho sima edu enti na no pai ye hya ase no bese ye de sima be ye enum nsiensia ka bibi e de fa Ghana Blasters de si ye no ho na fe eno achi me de me hye je so bi sansa kwa je na no pe oda so hye je si we na me hwe ye fa boga je so ayo ye hye wu makọ bi ye bi kura me din gu achiri anka enra anka ewini ana anka ma hye aka dan mu awu joga sabia
ibe sabia
mi ba
noko ye no papa
Camino
wa ifio wanga fini me de say ade ache ade pa ache de ebeda nyame ase so nkoyi a obeka se nkoyi se ene manfa ka ama se ma pa ke me ka me so nyime nyame ncha de me fa trotro ba ahe obi wo fie ono nya bi mfa enti ni bre so na yedunu se na na santen ne kan se ye de nibre ye de kom ene nibre nti nkofo ni abre e wo kroma me amadamfo me friend me yere ochro article bi nka chen se ontonable her plea was that ono oyobi o enpadi ni pa o na ono a fiti time starting ejuma about 14 years ago no starting investments kakra I said one team manage economy ni year ono ne savings na odo wonsa akobom se ono se meyere ti ebu etimi efua na te se eni bra bakro we
se sem ne baba so se etum om se bampani shebo se me pese the word credibility na me use here from the beginning of the program no say what's my beka ene de abeye no ese se hia they are kan ko they are yenko a you are not credible just say who you credible nti e be hwe mampani can say there will be no head cut now so in reality no the mampani kan no eno na e wo system no mu ana eno ni nyina ye ba ye sika sam tutu ho na ye be di ho enkomo sense ye sika enye obi sika dabi divine rush ball no
eda ko bra me hwe yo
breji yenye penalty ni den na ye me meka me di akire
eda ko na di kan ma minchi a ahwefo a mo hwe wo Ghana hafa na nyina na nchi akese nso nkoma mikromu for na me constituency 4 aye awutu senior west me kawe kro kasemu abe kase minyan clan fu yempanyifo mo buntrase of anko awutu breku senior ene ne important nyina no nchi akese ena me de koma mo so mo hwe pa na aban ntwa nani embehwe omo enra ball no yenyina na yehwe na no credit nyame anim nie se wo hwe senia na game no ye kono a enra na me wo baabi and I was thinking about how I be winning yene Uruguay match no but opanyi bi catch Mr. Me sure say bi o sha Mr. Jampo asomo catch me ne say you forget about Uruguay match no na ndwin kwan be fa so a ne Brazil ehia ye bebo so China ne Brazil bebo a ono penenim and they hey Brazil nkomo no amaso na ade ba ko a I am ya ne say yentumi an qualify anko the next stage and you say ebia teams na any omobo na say countries ni any omobo no ye bro mo so na say ye special chain but the truth is that ye work for your players omo ye resourceful and I say technical team I think say can be to me akoyanim if we had put in place the right measures na unim born mu a me hwe ye no ade ba kwa me realize ye pa ni say na players no sa urgency na yihia wo game mu a ye fa ne say wo de ukun ho de ato ho no e de ato ho no mu no ma hu ni sa na me hu sa ahokeka no e wo ho na you see if say win your opportunity na say wo occupy some important position be out of 30 million people very few people and ye chisu omo now we are one of the chosen. It means that you should consider it a privilege na unsuwo kun ho na waye o part e de aboa oman no na me enra ball no de areho aka me ntia me hu sene asem no unze me ka but you see I also I mean person me apportion blame e de amo obia because me nye sure say players national park ne so no ayo mo hihye ni say on be born troka the point is that leaders na say omo am ya appointing authority no omo ebia omo enhu the right mechanisms am be use dia
me hwe o kan selection yin na me be mu ahwe say but team I the ball Korea no on say na the guys were solid obi ani abrese opeso bibi for instance I think bibi Mensa Gideon Mensa on na ball 3 Rahman position ho or skills or speed I didn't see a free moon international de Rahman no or come to me ma and run the passes singing na oba no aboma the opponent until the coach is in who said no abrantia no when ko yeti man ko tana se
unim so hwe ni sana unim ball no Jacob na nyonko na obuafu yenyina bufu we mu hwe me Baba Rahman from day one me nim di ntia ye de ko World Cup honestly me nim dwumadi a ball soronko abranti we ekobo ye unim se de bia me betano na me kasa ade ba kwa ya me kan se ne obia ye man appointment man dwumadi a o KPI ana se what target no yen players ne so any coach no omo so omo wo KPI eso mo meeting hwe player pa wo hwe baller Gideon Mensah we boy ya minimum reasons on beba o se Baba Rahman ya ma ni ko gina mu so nkobo na ndra ade ba ko pa mi ya pa ye dida you hwe I felt say nanka he had an opportunity say as a leader no na coordinate sabe Kudus abeti no aka chen say Jebo no and go and make Ghana proud. And you know Kudus is in a contest for event saying go
go
king. Yes. Internalis kwano manimbo ono na akosi inti manimbo nanka ni tali no enkosoro wakakujina ono akobo asen eya na unimade ba konso a team nangasa feli
ya ne dia wahi
unse ni Uruguay bebo no omo play psychological game be on us eno na
ye tomu
na unim say ye call the whole of this tournament ni nyina no let's say the by delegate ni inkofo the by nyina no unim say psychologist nka ho obia obe psychic for no obe mo odi o madwin ebedi agro obe bisa o best ye yamfa bi anko unim say yamfa bi anko because hwe Suarez uniform
crack
omo important matches are omo bonyina Suarez not bench
yeah
eba ne say e na yenya ye crucial match a ye omo hia points yes Suarez embeji
na captain
it should tell you say omo poke psychological game no asa na omo ba park and so and they wanted to use the guy's image to torment our players.
O can send be cry before the match say
he's not sorry.
Say Ghana for cry no your defense is so weak ntino one ntino in a way no mo defense no cry no we be little more that crans na match neighbor.
So issue unim ntino ni nyina psychological eno na ye feel wo ho no na me de me pese ma asem be wa wasase mu eja Kwabena.
Yes sir.
Ade a mesre mpani for no say football emfaso a the socio-economic benefits are derived as a nation and say ye di edi agro hwe wo hwe football sika e di brain just these few players I'm telling you say omusika e wo banks so mo ka so mo the economy ni be shut down. I can tell you there is one particular player bi ana minimum a unim say one day okoso okako isika bi keke transfer no bank no ni executives fo ni na akọ no okopa na chew because omunya yi say sika ni fi omaso e wo no mu a ebegu. This should tell us say sports no edisika ebre oman no nti esisi etwa yani ede ko honum na Jacob na onim se me kan se me be shock you onim se aban we ba so yi ade a friend of physical education onim se from a second cycle institutions omajaye yes so ade na ye interconnect and manyama na school into ni ade omde PE teachers na ye directive a ade ama PE teachers no say upu be chere science nti ese omu nyina omu chere science so that some make opa for teacher ni bi na bisa no
PE no
PE teachers fo nyina chere
PE so play very important role in education mu pa
esi a eno na ye twam a teachers for no omu nya hwe omu
nya reason be nti na omu de twam
say unze free education ne ba ye na omu ye red gold green school no omu nya mrempo na omu de ayesa
physical
exercise no activity no nti see teachers for no mu nya hwe esi asa time no a school for nya na nko de kosa intercall omo de bomb ho sports here yi see asa de ni na no eni ho which is a problem what you say nti no yade a ese empanyifo no mo twom ani kohwe na me di besi krakrakra na de ba ko a I me fe ba ko pa any ora otoado se wa resign unim say me tu me che de manu say watumi aye bold say who say be a performance anko yi no take full responsibility say or say we are resigning yep in our part of the world no be say in the news and then see hwe nipa no obobuga no ball left or ball right kwana na so ni fa so kwana na pass obeja to take full responsibility now I say okay for my integrity sake in it no me di medjuma eto no because edjuma mo de ma me no mentumi aye no ye part of Africa anyhow inti sadi we are why we no is a mark of integrity and it shows that he is somebody or principles or working with principles inti no yen nyina yembo na baso because for example we ura kenu forata senka sabi or integrity
ɛna ɔyɛ principled person adewi na nkɛ sɛ ɔtumi emulate easily na ɔkasɛ ɛnɛ we failing Ghana for ne dwumadi edidi ni yɛde hyɛ ne nsa no we failing tinka
yɛbɛdu hɔ
or resign
yɛbɛba hɔ
na obibini ko obibini
yɛbɛba hɔ finance ne yɛbɛba hɔ George Ewia Nyano or say Agya Kwabena Baba Rahman is GFA's boss sponsor. Hey, oh sawo. And the minimum George. Awje. And also share. Yan share brand about national anthem no. Yan man anthem na okeka. During the national anthem no. Wo hu amanimu say who said omo aye ready so omo beko ama Ghana
enra o hwe de aminya be makan na match no na it was more psychological so adwene no ene nipa na pom di no de ba no esen se ode ahunam ne pe ba begina park no so na o hwe a mame nsha ase na me mbo o ma ba so se o ma ya ade na se potoka se vega se average performance me do omomode bo a omode call tournament we mu nyina no yes me mom bibia me chem fa say na mama omo fa I'll give them 50 over 100 just say o my idea so and come betimi aye near bro we are omoye so they could have done better department bia oba coach and now be ba ball for no now be ba omo na omo te bench obia bia ka obetimi aye bibi papa bia maye na say ebre ya yedu ye say e drawing board no so say intema na yenko board kese no so ne yenko hwe bibia ye tochima ani bibia ye ade na ye nhwe say obi beka say blame game for individuals say beka say ye be yini pa bako pe esio na ya bo ne sum sa so etwa say on say players obi akọ fe no so oni din o de call park no so enti ye ni say ma ye no ma ne mbro so no obi a so ye bebo din ni ahwe ni oye ma ye team na omo be hie mu no ne a ema me sheme we say nkran kakra ni say they are fairly young omo ohwe amama ya ko ye team no na enkwala wo mu kakra e kire say ochina so omo mi o mani a yensa enko the next one ewe yenim sesi aye African Cup yendwene no ho yenko pro no yenko dwene ho se ye be ko bioma sesi a de ya dwene mu han me frɛ Jacob na kwara mbisa se ye ko African Cup sesi a han ne be bo a Emma Blasters ye unim nkrofo a ubetimi abobo omo se omo betimi akoye den akobo amayen na eno Emma meni jepa na oba na ohwe Otuado ye coach no se onye ahwe kura me nije pa me hwa waye amaye pa ene se wetimi aba scouting Portugal scouting for the players and selecting se nkofo do na omoka etia na omo say we are scouting we player scout onye coach by no so eno ba
wa ma yenya players bebre na nkofo dwunu kra ni
enti eno ni adwuma no obahwe mu ahe efi otofista mo eba foreign coaches na de ba nyina no na Ghana coaches no na e scout select ni yenya team ni gu na te say abrofan be fa e de akobo awini amaye enso we ni coach a ono no ekoye saa edwuma no o select anu wiye no o try no eni de ensa de call tournament and o de qualify mo ekoye one was scout ya select players two watimi e de akọ World Cup ye koduru ho no na edwuma no o ye first Ghana coach a why dey we winning match our World Cup. Hey, they be no make us say in our lackluster say anko ye kura po na obeyi inshida na fi mu ba no count your blessings and name them one by one ye okoye watimi akoye dey winning first match as a Ghanaian coach me dia me sua fi mu ne say eno kire yen say Ghana ni coach ebetimi coach Blaster wu nya say ba ko fast kapudo kese de ama obroni no be fa yen ko World Cup they be Ghana ni etimi select qualify the akọ wetimi akọ winning at least one match wo ho a eye enso ono nso no kono so betimi aye bi abro so e kire say o ya ni player selection na o problem kakra ni nkrofo na oyi omu bi mu baaye no ɛna wosu bisa sɛ ah saa nkrɔfo yi ɛbɛbɔ yi yɛn sɛ na ebi mu yɛ adeɛ kyɛn ɔn ana ɔmo bɔ no nti ɔno nso na ne problem kakra yɛ player selection ɛnso ɛnura nkukuo ni yɛdi yɛ no ɛhyɛ aseɛ in the first 10 minutes of the game any penalty na yɛnya yɛ no ɛtaama dede ɛkɔbɔ penalty na meka kyerɛ madamfo na amene na ɛhwɛ ne sɛ yɛwie yɛwu adentira wohwɛ player na Kudus no he was a player on fire ɔno na n'ani abere a ɔkɔhyɛ goal na yɛtwa no gu hɔ no nti saa ɔhyew na ɛwɔ ne mu no saa ɔhyew no ɔde fa bɔɔl na ka yɛwɔ 1-0
ebi nso kasa team biara nso no yɛ obiara specific job a yɛ assign player biara wɔ team bi mu obi bɔ corner obi bɔ free kick
saa asɛm wei a waka no ɛne ne Ghana problem no sɛ wokyerɛ na goalkeeper ɛne obi 11 players no ɛne wɔn ti bench no sɛ obi ehu penalty bɔ ade ntira wo bɛ hɛ sɛ ya bɔ ball ama ya bɔ saa ama first players na wɔn kɔ bɔ ɛne nyinaa bɔ awie
Senegal 92
sini medawase on de ye sɛ Ghana no yɛm sɛ ba football nko ade asɛ me pɛsɛ makoma ɛtɔ yie ma me a yɛm sɛ yɛ nsua ahwe because ɛkyerɛ sɛ tese a wo kan yi me sure sɛ saa adwene we ɛna ma de ko fa ball no
no but you see odi Black Stars say for nkasa omo maxmen for penalty maxman back no Jordan Jordan are you onu ne yesi obo 20 a obebo 20 over 20
yes
nti no
nti sa penalty the teams nyina no Jordan of penalty on say penalty what you say na say Jordan wo ho na the ntia me fair Kudus no say you see in football a psychological game be in the next few minutes no they na fa ball no utimi hu tension okofa to no so nti no ba ogina oba no gina ye na me hu say wase no time of fa ball na me nim say wase ball no na onim dede na say no we na say no enyina akere say ya ye prepared je say antika ye training year e say player bia no of fa ball na so ye den otime pem no de shape onu mu ma me o ma anya ne sa nti ma pressure ba ye so me ewia de meka etwa so ne say Blasters no a team bi a obeti a ye be ko ina omo ye campaign say bring back the love on say omo qualify ko ye na love na e ba kakra e na ye ni Portugal ya ehun say e kro no referee na ewi a omo nti na love no e sheki ye so na love no to aso ko e na ye ko win against South Korea e na love na ye say say umbo say seka love na nkisa na eba na ebe lande ena enra de no ama love na to chima kakra but love no we kra kire o say with a little effort no the love for the Black Stars is always there akwa say oba ene ne ba wa he bibi o papa ne buefu na oye ni niam yi a sa love no betimi aba bio na sika wo ball mu nti mo ma hwe ni yi si a mo be ball e nyina o be hwe ma nyame be cha de no sa players e mo be ball match we nyina no yesere nyame hompa abo se omu nyina benya teams akese bi na kobo na omo ba together yi de media de obo ba kwa me de ma ye coach ni se owie ye okan epoans na ye kobo world cup be se owie obesa akoto adwuma so obebia na oye na adwuma na ye wie ye so abeka abontene fefefe se oye de ode adwuma no ebeto yeso ye da na se nyame nhira no bebia okoye na adwuma bia na nyame nhira no enso blaster no niama bibi mu fa ho enye players ne nko awo na handlers no a omo we chira omo nye coach omo so a technical we se bi omo nye bi enso omo kasa fa ho sa o de tie langa be de obeka kan ye no nsem kakra de bia akwa no be kasa no ye de aya so sem sa na ye ko enso mu tie nkrofo te se langa be omo e se nioti no ansha no ontro krata kese bi ama o se petition okay se ewura bi ade bia se ye ko bo match ya na aba na obobo players ni ti na e say e dey be around around be lose oh you see I'm a very
coincidence it mean to be coincidence
but you see how can coincidence be like 5 times you see it could be that look some things happen on the blind side that you let's give listening ear you fire asonto na ntietie obi a e say and here time players no mo be ba rest no na omo de ball muti na omo de ball nkomo de di agro enso si amaking football na say wo call esa set dubre bi esa uti odin na concentration o si amabinya be makasa aye no hwetama coach ya one ne players go kasa half time a mo ba back be win ye rena Oni omo kasa na wa man ni so na oni omo kasa. It is a war.
Saudi Arabia coach no.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Obi na no ni omo kasa na utie se players no no omo tie no because obe psyche player no obe ka tie se obetimi aye he obetimi ahye wo nkran sa ama udu a wa obe ye adwuma bi abro si ana
e bi na Cameroon for dey akwa Brazil for yi
ntiti a ye no players be kasa nyam eno so hia e se je se ubenye obi a na se obi a be ka kire wo se de bia na ebre na players na so omde ko da na omde ko sua ball no si ene football enye park no so na de kasa wo ye betimi wo he abrofo mu kra paper o twa nti o si wo gina sei wo ye ni sei e wo sa mo so mo ko park no so a wo bon se coach si bi wo winning match no ka pona na ni nje adentira anhwe a si a na o pese players ne ball no o am bona sa nti na we winning best 3-0 na Morino o taye sa de no po se we winning match 3-0 4-0 enso na o si players na mo si a o expect here another bi kura po a wa draw na nani age o say si a players na 18 no na e koso man ye da otoado ase na ye mano good luck say ono so okoyi enye ye mano blaster na de say si a me hu team a de bia e be frɛ bia me wa idea team a ye de be bo
okay
na
me da say Mr. Thompson me person ye hwe no from this he said yeah substitutions bi ye de mrantie bi ba mu you could realize that one Kamaruddin bi and one other guy bi they were so hungry for something just say omani abre say omunya yanka ball na ko be mene ato omuyam ade akɔhye pool no mu omani abre say se ye go na ye madwene mu ye me na abra ye one day friend is saying line up on the buy no me who say Babarama otsa ehɔ no and of the ball no fa pa because or can say me Suarez can say me say Ghana defense no weak and our weakest point na ye number 3 position some men say me body di perfect guy dan boy you kuri obobo pa and you say Suarez no mu say na ehɔ no leaking te hɔ ne de be fa bibia then the Bema coach assistant the winning team or they winning crucial match 3-2 you were leading 1-0 obo bebe share abeti kan 1-1 ebe share o ema no ye 2-1 ema beti 2-2 ema be share ema 3-2 enti team a wo dey boss such a crucial match no e dey prapa no be pra e dey pa na be see coach kwan and as a technical team ne kwan say ye for sa team na mo ne be yi ne de foforo abe wuro ma be edu bia edu enre
yo Jacob na be dash ma me ncha wetie fo e na no pay Jacob na am say enra game no ne krakra nyina ne say we lost the game from the bench. It was a technical error and e free mu said they will see said they will can o share game my boy your first game in Portugal na ye the Babaraman ball left back. We saw the defensive blunders or committee here. Now leading to goals. Your friend is saying the Portuguese took advantage of. Any South Korea boy, any the Babaraman tenan chain. Players you usually no said they were all of them were attacking defenders. Obiti said Tariq Lamptey. They didn't be ball 2. Any they give your Mensano a ball 3. You could see say the pressure was always on South Korea, and because of that, because of we attacking defenders in Tino, they were supplying enough balls to the creative players like Kudus. Not Kudus Mununya supplies to be able to, make attempts on goals and what a lot of them which led to goals. Eja mi nim ni e kan coach na ye ne Uruguay o se obesisa team no na Jacob na even ye ne South Korea game no even at the die minute na you lead 3-2 and na you see you defend no coach ni ye changes no not the Babaraman aba Babaraman so ni nyina nim say enkoye So it was as if said the coach was under some pressure to use Baba Rahman. That is what it looked like. I said he was under pressure because in South Korea 3-2 no. You lead South Korea for no day. The last 10 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
Pressure there. Who person defend? Who defender? You good. I'm not be defending Baba Rahman or Adeneba.
There's something unique about him. A technical eye now.
Unique is that Baba Rahman. You need himself. Baba Rahman. He is not in form.
Yes.
Name any team in this World Cup, Baba Rahman will get selection. That will even get the 28-man squad on the coin. Baba Rahman will get selection. Name team bay. You see, so it clearly shows that there was some level of interference in terms of selection, because as technical as Coach Ado is in terms of scouting players to the Black Stars, they say he on his own will make that decision to play Baba Rahman in this game. That is number one. Number two, Thomas Partey was a disaster in this tournament. Was a serious disaster. And Minim say a lack of morale. Anytime Partey comes to the Black Stars, he fails to show up. And I don't know what is wrong with him. Coach, you bench him and bring in somebody.
Ebinom ka say oni Kudus na wo midfield wo. Ye ma Kudus won kwan say onko nanim na Partey near defensive midfielder. Nti no Kudus no be come more no Partey na tenachi. Obeko but obewa achiri kakra na wa ma Kudus akona nanim kakra. Ebinom susu say technically no. Sana technical team no so.
The technical and I'm saying that's why I say we lost the game from the bench. When him say at the beginning of any game no. My name's a coach in a moment instruction now. Kudus at the beginning of the game was playing 9. And rather your friend is saying Iñaki Williams came to play 7. My name do almost our idea no. Because Kudus is your creative player.
Yeah.
He is supposed to create the chances for the strikers to score. We say
striker. It's one of the creative chances, no?
I think that after 25 minutes, someone said it wasn't working. No? Then they switch back. I don't know who gave them the plan. Say that is what they should. But you could realize that the coach went to this game purely to defend for a draw. But with a team like Uruguay, you don't go and defend for a draw. Because Uruguay needed a win. So the anticipation is that they will throw everything at you. But so also bug game, you dispossess them. You keep the ball away from them. Then you can control the game up to 75th minute. What about with 70th, 75th, 80th minute? Now a goalless draw now say be defender. Nobody will blame you. But you can't go into a game with Uruguay with players like Suarez, who came in just to intimidate our players, and say you are going to sit back and play one top.
And now also now, I can say oye bibi na de no so ebe mu so. Esan say o can see defense ni weak. Into defense ni weak, you know. And ampa so defense no so ye weak mom to me the two goals so ampa.
But the weak link in the defense was Baba Rahman.
All the
goals came from there. Baba Rahman obo fan ho a ase statue ontimi interne
recovery
yeah
ontimi interne oje ball no so a ohunu be ofa ball ne ye no se
onim se the ball man no ebe man no pass no dwane konachi on kunze on approach ball se ball na ba obo se Baba Rahman
na yesterday Baba Rahman was all over the game. He was out of position, meaning position no ball. E be na Baba Rahman age na 8. Obi na tian mu so dream. I mean, that guy had absolutely no idea what he was doing in the game. So
anyway,
why waste all of us our time? You see, this was a very easy game for us.
Sure.
It was a very easy game. It was a very easy game. Head to head, we have better players than the Uruguays. But we just purely tactical.
But ebinum so can say we share sa tournament here. Country be a pair draw be no elusu.
Yes.
Why should it be so? It's not
because you see psychological. Uruguay was going into this game with 1 point. They were at the bottom. A draw will not suffice for them. They needed a win.
Option. Say win.
There was only one way out. And the anticipation, they say, they are going to come at you.
And you have two options. Either you win or draw.
You win or you draw. Until the first thing you do, one, try to sustain the pressure. Okay? But how do you sustain the pressure of a team that is attacking more? It's trying to control the ball more, hold the ball more. What you say? Until when your players who can pass the ball around and dispossess them of the ball, then they don't get to create the chances. What you say? So yesterday, the tactics was wrong. Jordan Ayew shouldn't have started that match yesterday, irrespective of his performance with South Korea. He was phenomenal, but he shouldn't have started that game yesterday. The coach should have played a different person. We had this player, a free Barnier.
Free Barnier, yes.
Why was that guy?
Yes.
Why was that guy not using the tournament?
Before the tournament in Ankasano, yeah, ball friendly to be. Yeah, need from putting the boys, you know. I brought the ball, man. I come here and say, now has a full player, local player,
and you see, the psychology is that these are local players. They are looking for an opportunity. They are hungry.
Yeah.
So this is the type of game you use these kind of players. You put them in and you tell them you can do it. Motivate the player to go and show the world what you've got. And they'll go and deliver for you. Look at all the countries. Yeah, any countries or Mako tournament or Mako rely on their star players. They've lost out. The star players have not come to the party in this tournament. It's only the underdog because it is hungry. The player must be hungry. If you're born on one park and so now Obia, you were down by 2-0. The agency in their play or Bobo now we know a Chinese, you know a twat, no adibo no now party ade you say back pass and corner one now. Me say you be tournament to you know. Now party will come up as a player with the most back pass. What you boy party jibo penalty box then you just pass corner. You see, and the day are you I mean, it's just so sad. I mean, I was very confident. Said Dede Ayew is a great penalty taker. He's a very great penalty taker. It was purely psychological pressure, and you could see that when he took the ball, the pressure that came to bear on him. I think that the smartest thing I wasn't calling Senka or them another person to play because you could see referee the ball not being the it took him about 20 seconds, and from experience. Penalty, the longer you take to play the penalty, the more confused you become, the more you lose conviction about your decisions.
Who could do what? Imagine say, but so why focus so straight to
the ball? You could see that there was no conviction in his kick because he was confused. And who said I did not turn it? He should have just left the ball. And that goal, that penalty was very, very decisive. It was crucial. And you share penalty now. And Quebec distorted the play of the Uruguayans because already they needed a win. And now they are go down. They will make a lot of mistakes we can take advantage of. We just didn't take advantage of the opportunities that were available for us. And it's very, very sad.
Very, very sad. Now, Ni Odante Mills also good morning. Watch you live in Finland. Let sleeping dogs sleep. We lost sadly. Yes, but still now Rebecca wants some. Daniel Samos said Kwabena is wearing Black Stars jersey. Yeah, cat. It's Danny. And yeah, cow. Yansha, one of Beshe. A good then for the academy. Made a bacco me didn't actually, and then on a meshe. Ya real cry your mind. Ya bet you cry your mind. Ye be come area. Me per se, ye day some few minutes be. Maybe about 3-4 minutes be. I can't the far. The see o mention no na fe ye ba budget no ene ho ansem na ya hwese the city enra aye farmers day mampani asama waka
farmers day
ai na enra farmers day the best farmer na yawo sapon srebo wono na ye the best farmer ye de ema no o hwe daily guide o say government agri performance outstanding says Kufuado said sure man yi ban kuya yo ho nsam a aban ayɛ twe sɛ ɔmɛn abakɔsɛ mu ebi nsi dan nti ɛbɛka ho asɛm nti mɛnsa wo na wie ma mehyɛ asɛm furu so sɛ wohwɛ the CEO menhyia government hospital decision a Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwife Association for a take here say anka wɔn ɛbɛte atua no mpanyinfoɔ no makasa ama sɛ wɔn atwa sign ba me pɛ sɛ yɛhwɛ no administrative structure ɛwɔ hɔ ɛwɔ dwuma biara mu NSS papa no ɔyɛ administrator because ɔno da national service for ano ɛwɔ Asante region nkurɔfoɔ hyɛ n'ase nti na adwuma mu hɔ nankasa no sɛ biribi si a ɛnyɛ biribiara na obetumi asɔre kɛkɛ sɛ ɔkɔ report ama father me ti wei ebia prince ade we na me hu ye sei o kagya ebia efu amensa ade we na me hu sei ebia sa ebia ahu ansa na eduba bia ebebeduru no ntino the structures are there when you su ena kodu bia eduru no ama sei no I can say everybody is blaming him maybe na bibi si wo ekira yen nim but the war here ne nema kan ne nsam fa ye no kame say amanfo eblemu no say ono na wanye ne ye would you say moving forward no e dey necessary ye one as administrator of say be obi a wo di bre say bibi say mpo ba oba di ni fie adwuma mu asem eba fie a do you have to take it personal say dey be oye no ya akokodu baby edre
Jacob, I think that this issue is very, very unfortunate. I'm the junior GSS, yeah, time near GSS. Na your friend is saying student to be a teacher ni born or kofa ne mame, and then the papa school mama or money teacher ni BBC and in to kwagidi. The Korea chino. Because of that incident, our friend will be an canasum. Obuja in the son on the nam school or no afi, you know, not school no crown, and yet in school no bill because teachers when you know be in and say on the or more fun who obey no be you know, and I think say these are some of the incidents I think say we always need to try and avoid some of these occurrences. The misconduct of the NSS director no free wa. Kwabena, I think say we have not been fair to this conversation because this conversation goes beyond just the encounter between the NSS director and the nurse. A deeper between nurses and doctors, administrators and doctors, anesthetists, the entire relationship and organizational culture that exists in our hospitals. Very, very deeper. Stories now abba from the explaining the particular incident that led to this altercation in one-sided. We are only getting the story from the perspective of the nurses, but we've not heard the stories from the perspective of the doctor who that this incident happened.
And junior doctors in Krataba teachers say one administer wrong medicine be when you wrong medication be yes or you know the hospital records are there.
Exactly. At the beginning meeting command I say no. We cannot base on just one account to come into conclusion. Let's listen to that the other account and see whether you be near all kind of the problem is how papa oba enya problem with jumam. Na say one ni colleague enya ntawantawa. How do you even come in? Because the issue was a purely administrative and operational activity. Until wo papa no kra de wo mem. Irrespective of position akuta, you can't walk into somebody's workplace and start fighting everybody. You know, and I think say he lost it there. It was very, very unfortunate. He went overboard. I think say in Mgwasia idea Breno or no one kasano. I think say odi etu no ho he must have learnt a very bitter lesson from this experience. I think that he's been suspended, right? Yes, and I think that should be the right thing. Proper investigation should go into the matter. As to the call of the nurses that the striking, I don't agree with the nurses striking. I mean, if an SS director has misconducted himself, let's deal with him. Let's find proper ways to deal with him. But to punish innocent patients and people living in the community just because one NSS director has come to misconduct or misbehave himself, I think clearly was uncalled for. There were other channels the nurses could have used to back their grievances. But Jacob, now digging into the issue further, I think would hear nurses for a complaints in the hospitals. Now would hear junior doctors for so more from house masters. There seemed to be some friction between house masters and nurses. And from account I made from nurses and from house masters, it looks like say doctors, young doctors, not say new doctors, no call hospitals, no sana. A nurse for no sebi omofa ebua e wo say ese emfa mom because omo gidi say omo nim hwe afi no maba. And na as a matter of fact, nurses for no in the adwuma no sen a doctor for na
especially experience wise
because of experience, you know. Omo more experience because omo na tena ho aye a doctor for the afi no maba so omo so esua. Now that will then lead to what we call organizational psychology and setting up organizational cultures that will harness on efficiency and productivity. How do you then, as a facility, how do you, resolve this challenge that exists, that this sort of friction, so that the young doctors and then the nurses can work in harmony? What I say, whilst they both complement each other and learn from each other. I think that the hospitals have not done well when it comes to Sanoman. The sort of orientation that you doctors know, the sort of orientation that you nurses for, the new doctors bar. How do we introduce them to the nurses? What sort of relationship do we seek to create? What policies have we put in place to ensure, say, new doctors and then the nurses work together in harmony, and there is, there's mutual respect among these two people who are playing a crucial role in the healthcare delivery. I think, sir, we've not done very well when it comes to those things. And Mijidi said, this incident, rather from looking at it from the perspective of an arrogant NSS boss, let's look at it as a matter of fact that it has opened a can of worms for us to begin to look into organizational cultures that exist in our health facilities. They be putting measures and systems in place to ensure, say, anybody who works in these facilities, they work together with mutual respect for each other, in solidarity, in support. They learn from each other, they support each other, and the most important priority of all these people who work in these facilities is to be able to deliver quality healthcare and not to point out or display who is more knowledgeable, who is more experienced, or who is much bigger, who is bigger and who is smaller in the hospitals. I think those things are very, very unnecessary.
Okay, that's it. Divine, me perception say, omo mienu ni nyina ye ma. Bibia sida, a no ntiama na ba bedum pempenso a eduye no. Se bibia sida, se say no omo mienu na nkasa kra no psychologically no. Ensheda enkoyi enfa ema omo papa. Esan say nurse ni no, doctor bia besusu say, na we na me ni nkoye adwuma. Enti no ebema some kind of CBA me feel comfortable working with her no ebeba. Doctor, junior doctor no so wono so ebeka say na we na me nkoka na uncle friend papa na papa mra. Enti that kind of adwene no so ewo ebia net for no so ebetrim. Say ye kan nyina aboma wo gidi say asema ba ye no aye stepping stone be say to be gina so ade sese niema in between sa health professionals say wenum first say so say wenum first say so ye wo fam na ye kase ye kosoro na sa disparity no ene sa equality na ye kan wasem no ye take advantage of this situation dey to me hwe ne hye ne ye say na be ma help delivery to me konani
no that's only yema asem we is so crucial and say nipa lives asem ne ye kan owo ne nkwa asem na ye kan nti no very important but wo hwe dia cost sisi ano na wotie doctors for experience omanya any nurses for experience omanya fence asem we buy no now to say asem we no e ade a awo ho no ma che we be friend broadcast be friends a battle of egos like I to say obia per se on kire ne bobre e we adwuma ni mu so no so odimu but I think say diama we nu na ba say sometimes no operational structures no ebi wo no ma na nye clearly defined for each of the various departments and as a unit no nti bo say obi wo no ma no cross way line na we so cross way line eja Kwabena ebe yo wan say na me hear research bi about this topic here na me call newspapers are publishing from 1957 no I was reading then I came across a similar article I happened in 1960.
Ghana.
Yeah, Ghana. Published a graphic front page. 1960, April 18th. Doctors who don't care. This happened at Kolebu. Now, I know so nurse ni any doctor. Enya kasa sa. And umri. Doctor was supposed to report. The nanka so ba shift no by 6 p.m. no. O delay up to 7:15 no me do ye. Kwame Nkrumah bufu ya nkasa. So me share ade nyina me say no enye nde na sa asem we no. So I will use this opportunity to let omo ye in charge of our various health facilities and agencies and say they should address anomalies be or no. Na obi am playing a role jumedi e dia show bi answer no so no enye clearly defined. Now unim asem we in Kenya asem bia me I don't want to go into the intricacies of the happening here before asem we nyina ba bi si say nurse ni bufu you because you tie interview no money nurse penny na hospital na ye na asema no can say nurse doctor junior doctor no one prescription or the man na say wrong or enter into a system hospital and a system one na ebi ni ho edroni bi ni ho but the nurse was actually drawing the doctor's attention say prescription ni bi ni ho nti no ono so na wo sa credentials or system ni mo betumi edi ayi afi system ni mo because when you are bill no ya de be ka patient no bill on wabra administer drugs na ma no eno ani bone of contention e wa say and of friend no enem so ne kasa no kate call no but eno so anye junior doctor no so e de say ono ne kasa kate e wo ne nurse ni so kata e no e kasa e no see emergency aba ono ne kasa no na emergency ba enti no na e say okate call no na o attend to emergency no me oho no fa me ho asasem no de administrative issues so mo addressing but what I'm really concerned about no NSS regional director and the conductor. For me, he has misconducted himself, and I will place him under the continuum of uneducated illiterates.
Oh, Samu.
Yes.
And it's too harsh.
No, it's not harsh. I feel say that's where I want to place the man because one, Papa no based on one some more can experience the exposure when you as someone now all can say. Our experience why ejuma Agya Kwabena.
Yes sir.
In some way tu nyina we ejuma mu ne di kofia me sure say nkan yere no mu ne yemba mu nkan crofo mu hye mu mebo mu ma na nya bi ni o Agya yere no mu ko adwuma ye nua no mu ko adwuma ye namfo ko adwuma ye ni mu nsam o mu ba fi a o be ka kire ye bi wo no mu a obutimi fu pa sa asem we pa ye di wa adwuma mu but who need right to say ubu afu ni ti no o be sori keke na wo ko nipa na adwuma mu say wo kwa take action en fa wo ni yes brofo bi yes wo di reality en fa wo ni position a wo no untumi sori sa keke
sure
say wo na wo working count no wo kwa address point inti papa ne sori na o sori call ho no mu say onu kwa addressing crofo no wrong in the first place. Secondly, me bisa wo ne ba no enfie ni pempen so awadu no nim die no wadi waye panimu no when is okoka na asema na so okoko na asema no it's because papa no ofili say onu no che say owo gravitas no kyerɛ sɛ vim no a obetumi ɛde face obi anti na ɔkɔ akɔkyɛ ne bɔbrɛ ɔno ti utie tape na ba abɔnten a asɛm a na ɔdoɛle on ɛne ne position utie obɛte mema ya transfer you don't know me do you know who I am sa level no na no ɔfa asɛm no nti na sɛ papa no akɔ hɔnom with an open mind sɛ ɔkɔ akɔtie asɛm na hɔnom no because utie some of the insults are na papa no heli on workers na ɛwɔ hospital hɔnom na it was personal tio it was personal na say ono why na dream dada say okwa face o mako come adwen akere mo enti no media papa no ne conduct no me nkrofo bi say suspension ni ye enhwehwemu ye ngo hwehwe asem ni mu ye ko hwehwe mako si say me I believe say nhwehwemu bi ahu hia because the man has discredited himself and from the audio no was show clearly say onye obi ebetumi this position na ye national service secretariat adwuma no ahye ne nsa by definition of some of the things okai look odi Jacob na hwe nsem okai ade ba ko etwa me nso twa me yam no any the fact say or attacking certain courses any programs and for a pursue because national service secretariat no ye adwuma no Jacob na let's be frank nkofo no superintending over including the service personnel no omo nyina ye sa courses na papa no ombu ni bi general at 4 year service anamebwa na so onji general at 4 ndi nipa who believe in general student how can you be their boss nipa who nji business for ndi how can you be their boss nipa who nji say obi a why non science program no so obi a non science program as nipa akro no na je say oni 3 no why should you still remain there as a boss and nothing na me gidi said the man must be sacked he doesn't deserve to be occupying such a position here linked to education, directly linked to our educational system. For the man to come and say, you know, say the man it clearly tells you the kind of mindset you're paying for no war about our educational system. Who call developed nations, any other jurisdiction, what they actually place emphasis on, vocational, technical, science, any de keka ho. Mewa. By the idea, papa ne person kyerɛ sɛ course bi ahu hia. By Jacob na when you see we asimu ha say ya, you see ne hu ni fa so sabi sabi preduasa. You see anenemi amia krampo no wu a ɔwɔ nkae. Nti no sɛ ye nyina sabi sabi mokyerema a wumbu no no. Ɔno nso na adwuma ahu hia. De ɔtɔn nsuo ɛwɔ traffic mu ne hu hia. O kai time of COVID-19 by. Ukita scamp at a point na you see ye issue lockdown. Ukita usi campo na per service awunya. That time no be ehun se sana nipa bia nso ehun hia. It is papa we kita kisap big portfolio position say e wo memu ase na say ogidi se courses bi de ehun hia. Hadwene.
Okay. Me da say. Nene. Okan ya na madwene besi bibi so say ye hwe courses ho asema ye ka. Ebia say ade bi ni say ye mu no na ne ye mu a. Ebia esi bebi obi dwan wo no bi nso nkoma yeye ade bi se no na ade bi nso yeye yemfa ne se na asem okan yeye so esese atwe adwene se oman esi other courses so say it's and so so important as the perceived by come say science no because you can say technical and vocational. I remember those days near commercial colleges bebre and then one more year juma banks and do no a binom eco commercial schools and then technical schools one more a year big mechanics institution a Germany one more so akwantu ni manama chief engineer na ohwe ship kase omude ye no oyegana ni okusku okufuru normal technical normal technical yeah,
oh Adam school
yes wo hwe ena ye kase radio stations all Ghana Hani TV stations all ha nyinara technicians no do no a ekosku bi te se emit eti wenu enya ho kwa bi abuama ye say let's take advantage of what this man has done. Yen courses no na yen pia adwene fan course we science na wo nya wi asen wi yɛbɛtumi ama nkɔfo ko adɔ other subjects no anaasɛ dɔ yɛ no kora bɛma nkɔfo ko adɔ other subjects no ama mu dɔ ho awura mu gye sɛ dɛn ɛsɛ sɛ yɛfa ɛwɔ saa
papa no asɛm a ɔkan yɛde ne bɔne bɛkyɛ no me potokasɛ bɛbɛ friend no gross ignorance na onim me deɛ me de kyɛ no dadaada if say onim ɛna ɔman Ghana na me de kra sɛ ye skills training hɔ no wobɛhwɛ aban ɛyɛ Ghana TVET no ya fa no serious kakri a yɛhwɛ saa area no ehia pa sɛsia wa ɔkan ɛkɔ amanone a menya bɛma so kan sɛ ɔkɔ amanone a skills job nsa no dwuma yi na enra na asɛm we a okay ɛhyɛ aseɛ so obɛka sɛ enra wentwa de ɔnkosua carpenter so ɔkɔ school wentwa de ɔnkosua fitter na yɛ nim sɛ ɛno ne mechanic ɛno ne craftsman na yɛ ka no ɔno no crazy na ankasa no me nana be my great grandfather no ɔyɛ canoe carpenter nti na skills training na we fie nti me I know what skills is all about say me de so say me obi a Ghana skills chamber me de me ho ahyem a ye ho adwuma see our can mindset adwene na ye na krom for no mass education ye ma nkofo nti ase say school na ye kɔ no obi a ne nyame akyɛde ɔde ama no na osua ade ne saa kodu bebi a ne aya na ɛha me ne sɛ ɛtɔ de bi a ye delay we delay people ye manipa kyɛ ɛwɔ bebi a anhwɛ na nyɛ hɔ ɛna ɔno so nyame ɛde akyɛde na ama no wɔ ɛkyerɛ sɛ memehwɛ a sɛ mehwɛ sɛ yɛde akwala akɔtena classroom na anhwɛ a wɔwie JHS wobɛhwɛ akwala na anhwɛ ɔpɛ phone yi ɔbɛbiebie so ne radio mimi obi a ye yi sa talent bi fi mi nsem ɛna minim sɛ sɛ me ma me hwɛ na ɛmi sɛ ɔmo nim sɛ ɔmo ha me kakra ɛsɛ na me akwala no radio wo yi sɛ na makɔ bie so na me hwɛ nneɛma wo ube wa me na masa hyehyɛ ne biom ɛhɔ na yɛsɛ kɛyɛ sɛ ehu sɛ ɛhɔ na me pɛsɛ me yɛ dɛ me kye me ho kɔ na ɛnɛ me de sɛ ɛnra ɛnɛ na nsa na me wɔ circle me bomba esa omo hwe ene a me ko ni omo ko me ko se me ko hwe atofo na mama me so me du no me fa paper na me ye nhwemu kakra nhwemu a me ye ne sen me hu se eho no na me hu emma bebre e wo ho e kire se na emma enko mu bebre nti na me sa se bisam some question adan nti na gina bia wo ha emma mba na sa ne ma wo nya ho nwene ho so abetima yi ma afio me bisam se o emma asua eba besua o mo si de bi adenji na mo hwe amane mbo mo se amane na ema
ye wo mo repair phones no
repair phones no
okay
enti me hwe o table no na me se se kan ma so ba obi enti me ye hwe o kakra na me church ni ama bi me ra shop ba ku mu no na girl bi wo no call Accra Girls Vocational ono so sua phone no siesie ni ama enso na ono ton enso ono kire se na ne nuanim bi o mo sua ye no o mo Samsung enti ne se Samsung enti me tuche ma Samsung ye se o mo dwuma bia o mo kɔ eboa o mo school mo training gadgets o mo wie so na o mo ye mo try exam na o mo je o mo so ya o mo ye repairs ni ama o we e kire se skills training woni ye hwe ba oba manhia asem we otumu se me mehwe no on a different angle papa no o ye Ghanaian e na ono so asa so ye den o ye potential customer e ma hospital no so nti ono so ko as a Ghanaian I will cease to see him as the director of NSS. Forgive me. It is only when he committed himself to me abema kan no kan say unim me I'm sure dey na post no ebem kakra no e ho na odi hwem na obi no e na ahwe obebem say ba appearing over there no or Ghanaian no so or relationship with the doctor father or wife or friend or it could be anybody. Once I'm sitting here me ti hey na say me ba nyame mpengu ni say o supervisor bi no kasa rofa ebe ha me e say me ni wa ya ebusia me wa danfo nti meke bi ama o nti ho nde ono so ko ho as a person concerned okay okodu ho no ya me say baby as a customer as a concerned Ghanaian no he could have gone through processes say why no administrator wa no on lodging the complaint me sure say me nya be maka say ono so na so e ho no NSS ho no e kra po bi o ejuma no there are structures BBC say ohun si a obefa so na o de wa adwen kire akokire o mo nti ho no so say ehwe nti me fa assembly me fa no from official and personal level so all human relations bi any lead no ko gine mu o ba oba verbal attacks bi mu sisi o sa verbal attack anybody who appeals no you bet ma handle legally you bet be akofa mra kwa so say what we no asi obi so what can say be tia no ono so betumi do akofo police station na court nti omumu bia o feel say asem ha na opese okono obetumi akofo court na court okra pre obi efe no ADR alternate dispute resolution say waka asemati obi betumi aka say ye yinkofie na nkodi hu nkomo na oba officially a hospital no bia no asem bi esise a omo osi a say we visitor o say we customer o say we Ghanaian na wo appeal o say omo frɛ na wo tro so omo betumi afrɛ papa ya no tro de nti oba a obe sa ade no enti na ko bia it hospital bia security wo tawa papa ya ade mi nya be mo okay o say structures wo nti ke say security for no wo he kan say security for no mo bem na so ba bisa say oni hwan o ka kire okonfo say ni sikwa nhwe ani dibia nti na security for no do you know me wo Ghana ha no anhwe ono susuro say obe dey o ba ko twe na pie na ka ono security man no ne ba no papa ne ba no doctor no o nkwan ono betimi aba ha nurse nso betimi aba ono ma ka masem nso papa ne de onye djuma ho nti wa be kasa no koso no security betimi ka je say papa mesiro ba cho pie o asem bia chiro be kire mi mpanyifo na yenko ye nim nso no national service secretariat no omo district bullet asem we can form omo di bia enso ama enkrofo ka say omo panyin abe ye asem bi na ankoyi nti ahwe president betimi aka say odi bia na di bia na okra no ama nidin akọ into dispute nti ono president betimi afre no atwe na so nti na edi mu say president aide aka say o ontena nchen kakra na ye nhwem asotwe na president dia ma no ye betimi akọ nanim aka say o ontro kata odi be pa Ghana for cho ana ye yinedi ene de sa to me
papa no akọ no as a nobody okọ no ne title no de si na beti so no de ko
o say
title no de ko do you know me do you know me no and emphasis was on his position
and I make sure say respectfully no me Jude ntum me gitum say okọ ye no no kra om no say e fa ne ba ho e fa Ghana ni bi ho e na e fa ono so ho so e Ghana ni so okọ kire na adwen wo na so ne kasem na me ka kire say time o do you know me eni ni ama ni be mu no na do you know me no spet ma ba say say ono so ni mpinfo nje no so bet me do you know me aba me hu driver ni ono so aka do you know me before san say kire say ne papa so police dia na soja ni me hu trotro driver or crack trotro unu say trotro do na 37 years soja for dia nje ono so ebo ne bo kire say ne master soja ni nti sa di bia ne do you know me no e bet me aba ne say political affiliation or power play no
until you endorse it
there be and I make sure say e ho no committee no nti sa e ho no make say president di mu say o train aso because ordinary di bia no de e betu dwa say wan kasa ka o so ahwe a wonim say
na kan po de say Kenya asem say okọ as a private citizen
but who say asem bia o so kan e kire say doctor ni nurse for nsensemi no kra bia be piem say doctor for no kire say wan try drobo ni bia ama obi e kire say system no a odi drone ko shem e kan ba ko patient no so na ye ntwa to nka say doctor ni nurse ntokwa we enye ne me say ya na ye nka no kra bi nkosim nurse for no me po ma sempa enso omo ye say omo di adwuma ni mu saa na omo hwe akwara kitwa bi ene hu say schools course na ya tetete so ntino ubo young doctor first you say doctor obe reman hwe na long system international 24 25 26 and then bit me back 23 omo ni made pa omo sharp no so no de 22 fo nyina de etimi be piem hobi na ohun ni say anhwe o yakwala enso we doctor what you say offer open ompo we doctor what you say we doctor enti we your boss
no
enti
my colleagues you see that's the problem
my mainland sa argument e pie mu sa ma strike be pie me ene me pese me de nyame esrew e ma oti ase ese se okọ hospital ho a wo se obia di bia ene ne field enye sa se security man ho ene your driver ene your cleaner ene your nurse a nurse for no mu crap or more ranks se what you say ene obia so nurse for no crap more fields ene ranks so be didi ene your doctor a oda no say you call room ho na mo floor sen crap
theater
na consulting room ho na boss or doctor enye nurse no a boss ofa okọ dane ho basa ye be medro ye be chire duro a doctor no chiro otimi ye mistake ana otimi nurse otimi chire na adwen nso de oda no a obehwe se ukon unfin sha se nurse behwe ni ama nyina o de krata no ko ma wan o de ko doctor enti me ma ye nso so ni ama bi a e deep confusion be ba so a nurse for no omedwuma no ofa me gidi o kan tum se ehia papa mpepi no mo krapo no mo tina patient no on no beje no actual starts no e da koma doctor na enwie chese be ka se eduro we ni emfa ma no doctor no be kire na se fa eduro we e fa ma no edimu no kire se nurse ne fo no bebribe wo asa doctors ne ba eso me srew yeah, I am omedwuma no.
Their colleagues. Sometimes let's respect to be the position.
Oh, benka some munya colleagues.
Unim say me skin disorder be. Na me skin I don't want to mention the facility. And I me call honum say me call na mo ye me lab tests. Omo ye me lab tests ni we no mo prescribe edro e de ma me. Na edro no mo de ma me say me call injection. No me do honum na nurse no. I draw my attention say I draw your doctor we are chron. Omo ntimi nka asam no nchele me o. Omo ye nurses too no mo to on no mo discuss about catch them afun say draw na doctor natural man me. Onjin this say draw no. E no call doctor no. Doctor na insist say o no mo wo me pan ye. E ja kwabena. Na me o hata so na me witness. So ni ma dey am. Unim say afide ma wo pan na wie. Best after 1 day 2 days me won no mo a. Me num nsuo ana me didi a. Me te say nsuo no ebo egumakoma ho mete wo makoma ho say egumakoma ho me ho hyehye me later me call for review say no omo wo me pane ni wie ye no me ntumi not knowing the drone doctor the coach roy ero ni me droko what it means they say Paul say wo me ho nyina ba bia nsuo fi e wo me system bia no esili na me sweat sabi o nsuo mpo mingu nsuo se na ese mi gu na me system no mu aye hyehye si and omo wi omo ko meeting and omo ni me be kasa for compensation na manema and that time if the doctor no anya bia belligerent and as intransigent no otie nurse ni kakra
okay
na lucky pam ye ne say me san so call back by this time aye ya mutu
nka be me ya say anso be ndɛ nye sewie enti ya behwɛ na me gidi sasa sɛ mpanyifo behwɛ no masi hu ginae na o maka no bɔkɔ na so dua tumi abɛsasa pomde hu nsɛm deɛ ɛyɛ ade ɛsɛ tumi hwɛ na yɛ hwɛ ne yɛtoto na so dua tumi ba pa ɛyɛ ade a ɛho hia yie pa anyway ɛna no pɛ yɛ ka pomde hu nsɛm yi bibi kɔ so ɛwɔ nkra hospital bi ɛwɔ akra ha na wo mo on sɛ o medical nneɛma deɛ o ma use awie no sɛ obebi ese ko dispose medical waste no ɔde kɔ baabi na me mpɛsɛ bɛbɔ hospital ne din afei na me yɛ hwehwɛ mu paa ɔde kɔ gu fie bi mu ɛna otwa gya to mu ɛhye wɔ fie hɔ na Saturday me ba me yi video no na yama yahwɛfo ahwɛ sɛ sa waste hospital waste no ebia ɔmo ayo operation wie sa nneɛma mpane ne moja nneɛma ne nneɛma nyinaa baabi ese ko dispose no wɔmfa nkɔ na wo asase bi obabi eye residential area ehɔ dan be ehɔ no na odi sane ma nyina kogu na otwagya to mu ehye no ho nti area ho fo nyina wisie kummo enti yes enti hospital me pese me body din but next week me from ena kopim ena na wo twe be se hye ofie ha no I will make sure say hospital no e be bo mu din na EPA Ghana Health Services any panyifo nyina no ye the petition bebre mu na hospital kono mo ntwe omaso na videos no wo ho ye be yi at appropriate time na matumi ahwe ni nyina ye da se papa na ye hwe economy ho asama ye kan anopa me can say be say the credibility of the economic handlers nankasa no a bit questionable esan say wo na hwe o man sika sem nyina so na say o say yenko IMF wa wo hwe sika sem nyina so yenko IMF na fe achire no eni bosumi no na ye wo IMF a na enye na da bi na dada yen enye ntro bi na odi akire yen enye nsemi na wo ka enye adwe na odi di agro enye se wodi enye few bi na wodi yen me bisa sasem yi esan say me kan no pay John Kuma e kan parliament say yen ko IMF ne enko china ye wo man sa na hena kasa ye kura kan fureta ono so campaign yen ko IMF ne enko IMF no na mo de Bible quotation no mo de kaka bata ho de bribri enu so saa enti mo bia na da Ghana for fine ko sin enso ne your IMF led by the same finance minister oh see enko ye hwe be bia ba beduro now Bank of Ghana has increased its policy rate by 2.5% from 24.5 to 27%, at which commercial banks borrow from the central bank. Nene, sasemi policy rate no se kwosora.
Tom say ready. I ready. Also be the book.
Say
Jacob.
Everybody.
Obugao.
Everybody. Say ye nyina na yo ha. Ye hwe from bank commercial bank no kwagin 27%. Me so me hye ba me so me kokwaji bi commercial bank no ho no. Say Bank of Ghana kwade money 27%. Ono commercial bank no so de be kan ho. Ono so de fa so nti. Would say sanse hye no enchechemu a Bank of Ghana pay for the emaye no. To asumu no beboa ma sikasam no agina se ne segina ebinu mu chese be ma ho kire no akoso aye more Bank of Ghana so chese want to sana mo yi a eno so ensem bebre ene we de ebre nti ye wo be ye 40 minutes 47 minutes ye fa say be fa be you be 40 minutes 37 minutes I am po you 37 minutes enti mama straight 7 minutes or 8 minutes. Na fiye teacher dey say we are be wrap up.
Ma memfa na ntem na memfa IMF on. IMF on na poor debt management. Ye ka na ye ntimi anhwe so yi. Ade ba akwa na ha adwene wo pa. High interest accumulation. Say ho nsi hu no. Na de bia ye kwa principal na de ka na nkisa de ne ye ntua na de bia nsi hu na ye ne kwadada kakra ye ntimi ntua no so anwie. Ena yegine mu na yegina sa nkran mu na ye den yetutu nkran na ye boka de bika na continuous borrowing ye ko jibusia wo be say ye si ye ko ye bond na yakofa ho na eka no na bosi pim low payment of principal je say eka na ngisa da on na ye nhwe ho say ko jibusia no so ba ni a eka say ye de sika ne be ye no ye so mfa nye nwie o na sa mfa so bi a returns a ye say ka afi mu ba no na eba ye ho enti wo behwa sogolome de bia mi kan yi sei na akoye ka e wo ye tire so ho na kire se ska no na ya bo ho ka e na corruption so bi so din saba ko bom na teze ye ka ho asemi na ono de e ka na ye san ko giba ya no o san so ewie ska ni bi efimu edi free na sa eniama we ebobo so no ama e ka ye ka ho insensem no ebo pim so sa anti debt management ye nya de kura wo na rate ya wo kan ye okọ akire ba nim den a me ko bobosia bosia na akosoro me de ko ye adwuma nti se me de ko ye se adwuma na den a bosia na akosoro ne ba be kan adwuma no sa nipa na me de ye se brodo krapo na me de ko ton a me tu brodo na sa aka we me yi kana ma customers consumer ne se beto ade fo no a ohia saa ne ama no na me yi saa ka na ama ahokire yi mu no eka bia ebeba obi ho se ono oye consumer se ono no obekokoto saa ade na ayusu ana oko edetu nenum no ono saa ka no ekobo ni mupe se na chese ne ka eden akosoro na oba na obehwe saa consumer we se na okay ya na kire se cost of doing business se ejedi ehun sensem ya ebekosoro ekosoro so dia sesi ayeken ya ye wo fie no ye ba eskafo wom ehiafo wom ena ohia no ka se de bia me ka kire se ye wa ho kire ena ye wo ohia ena ye ohia no me ene sa cost of doing business ni amakosoro a sa nkrofo na omo wo mfinfini ho na ye wo mfifi ya no ye mu bi mu kra ye mu bi etwe ko ohia no mu nti ohiafo no so e ko ohia no me chese ohia no me fo no om de minim bebi om ko bi na chese e ba kwa be ka
obi a ho de so te obi a de bre so te
brem na policy rate yenso ye ko ehun ewie no ye ko e-levy so ho e-levy no wo be ha sisi ade aban ye fa ho no na ka aban adwenim no oyi if you 1.5% they about 1%. Na ka 1% in the test or the aba from na nkrofo dodo na omu dwane fee sa abef no so omu diska befa abef no so. Na ka omu mbra omu sambre fee. Sambre fee enhihye a omu ye so omu be ye no. Omu san e de ba ku bi abeka yempame won.
I don't say you.
Yempame won de no ene sa threshold 100 Ghana na omu yi fee no. Sa threshold 100 Ghana no enye me media o. Me nye skeni so enye me media na ewo ho ma obi a ode kakra bi kofa so e de amane se ne maami bi ana ne nya bi omo so omo ekura na papa bi oye eduma o kuma se ana sunyan onya 500 Ghana oyi emu be se 70 Ghana na 80 Ghana de amane oyere wa ha na 1 week ni mu no wonfa hwe nkwala no na omo mfa nya eduane kakra ofie sa ono de fa abefo no so a sa esika no de kofa so na ka 100 Ghana threshold no e protect no na ma ehiafo no ehun enkyere om bibiri na potoka se beka bi se poverty gap sesi anu wakoya ne sa no bie kwana to se oyeni ni skafo ni nyina enko eden enko preso ewo ho sesi ana omo ne 70 Ghana na 50 Ghana kra o de faso no sesi anu 1% ni yete sesi akoya se wo de baako maame na oje baako sesi a ebema nhihye na yeye se yete so 51.5 about 1% na de bia na me ka o studio ase yente so no sanhye na ba PFM na it is even late in the day say amantem ndina che say ebema yenye skebi crap a na emman pum ebeba ne kakra
obi baby sase mneti ameka sase munya me de finance minister abemu no minim say debate is starting about E11 omo kan say baby ewo no ewo soro do say na 1.75% and yet dey about 1.5% ebi no say still ewo soro the finance minister na ye na adwene say wontie ema do so be na no ano ye kan ya wantie no wakwa kwakopim na wasansa na chi aba say 1% na ebi no mo kan no say de metumi e de aba ho enti na me bisa say ye nimu pa say economy no ye run economy ni ye papa anka decision ye take na yakwane yaba na fe de enkrofo kan ya ye bomb ye twamada pa no and adapatwa for de na say ye de ye adwuma yi say are they truly on top of the financial management of this country?
Yeah, me say ye no mo dinkita on pray nu na me de sa sembo na mi nuanu bi mo Organ and Corruption Coalition ene Oxfam ni ebi ma ekopie mo table no ye de to ho no ene imani mu ni ye de to ho no omo so omo bedwene ho yem say endwene ho si am ka say late in the day no omo tie ye no yem say ne ntem ho no ena amba ne ntem na omo aba crap no sisi na me kire wo say enu mpom crap no omo de 1% na aba ho no enhihye na omo de yi saa 100 Ghana no ebe no so be man krofo aye de ese adwane biom ona saa 100 Ghana na twa form kakra omu akoye 120 Ghana na afem no kakra 100 ba ko na afem gan so de bia o 60 no ono sisi ohun we na ono so bedwane sisi akoye se sika na bebe mu no se me ubisa me biom ma meka se ma no wano saa bi nhye ba ko we ni nti na asem ba ko a omo enye ya eha me pa ne poorly targeting the E11 no E11 no yanka eja komna de na ode mane no enkofo bi wo abefo no so omo fe anyini Amazon Alibaba Uber sa fintech companies omo ye bidwa on so omo sika no puduo kese nti ta ma na de bia ye ka se omo mfa tax embra sa digital platform no so no na we mu na ye ka no enso omo twa omani enkohwe sa nkrofo no na omo de abeto ye aye 100 Ghana 300 ni am ekofa so no yesi akro omo sa be yi sa 100 ne fi o de je say abetua fa hiafo na obwa the same budget in sensem bi mu a 2.5% VAT no enu sie no de o he enu sie aba no sie a ade tonfo no ebe yi ka no enyina e de abre ya ye ko beto ade fo na ye ko di dwa no ejade ni mo be nyina abre hoso ehiafo eniskafo ntem ekwan na down ye bebiem more ama ehiafo no akọ down pa na obi bebisa se adetonfo no so de asoche de ahokere bi bebre o ma na ani on mo sharp o mo de vat we be ye adwuma no sesi abemo obeka akọka omudwade se o de ka no koto so a obi wo dwane ma no so etia level ampo yi bi enso no ni sharp kese enti ono vat yi onye nti se phone wo ko circle obi o sharp mu no beton we no 60 Ghana Ubo so obi oni shop no airton 45 Ghana and 50 Ghana. Nti na ye to no ene de na edwam shop for no na omo de no na enko nti wo se asemi pie mu Kumase na sen ya sa enkitahu ene epie mu ho na uba onim sa ebehwe sa aban sikasem yi mu a niama mi no be 70 about tax base expansion and tax net expansion. De bia e ka se eto ene sika a e be ba aban hope de bia na ye dwen se ye mbie mu na enko kata obi aso na before obe ne sa no e se wo ye niama kakra me de se wo boss skills training asem we so o man bia no se wo ye skills training no na ma ne ko nanim me fa bibi tie me ka cho se me ko tito le me ko re o siesie phone yi sei na o mo te pono ba ko o mo be se mrante be se edu o mo te o nyina o mo use the same common sewing machine is ani am yi o epono yi o mo se on training na o mo additional na o mo go sua ensa no juma o mo siesie phone 6 months bo so me nsia me nka se endorse bia ba endorse bia sa enti se akwala bi wo ho na wawie SHS ana JHS na ordinary ko fa ho na e ho na ne talent nyame adeche no a ode man no e ho na e wo a intem na 6 months ndi o fa ne se delay no na cheche no bookkeeping ni abakakra ka ho 1 year no na otimi siesie phone mi bisa se ntimu wi a emwa be na mo wi no na ono kwa che se time obe apprentice a wo she obi ase krap no obuabua ni ama no so di machine sa ni ama no okra 1000 Ghana obetoto ni ama nyina nti che se ka mine Agya Kwabena ni pay for etia ye kra no ye buabua ye ho kakra betima bo obi che se go ye yi omudu a na che se 10,000 cedis ye kakra ka no ye frefre na fo obi kakra ngofo du ya kire omadwuma omko tena prono no ho a enye se obi a be de akoto ni so di machine omdu betim ba ko na aye den akasta o table no ma ye adwuma nche aban enche ne ni hwe Mobex for omo yes some group bi omo ma talent industrial hubs me di omo chiko Kenya ye kodu young people omo Kenya omo ye innovations in ama Ghana yen sorry o bra na ye ma ye membru no so enye bibi emphasize skills training e say kakra say me ka che busumensia na ni pay wasaki ye adwuma nti oboa no na oyesa ni ama ni osua wi a obi industrial hub just say me say so am magazine ubie hub bisa eno ane say odi asase atwa si o say na machine nkofo du na be use a oto ba ko a
yes
just say obi a betimi a use instead of obi a ba ko han store no udi omugu shop ba ko mu a on nyina betimi use ba ko just say omo checker no na ma omo ko manim na fe last one me ka tax net expansion me kan na mesa kan biom o mampenya na kan say rent edan a ye han e wo East Legon ne bo no ebetimi atodan e wo America
yes
eno a na ese etwe adwen ba so se san crofo no mo han dan no o musika no emra wo Ghana ake se o han dan ni wie a e so my rent tax adenti na ye nje sa rent tax ye nwa be ma bi betina last week o kan fefefe e ma me fo aso se sa rent no rent taxes no ye ne se obi a o rent building bia answer no benya access to electricity ni water no ontia sa we say answer na onya sa code bia obetimi dey there e dey ato electricity ni water no we ya ne sa ontimi nka se ontua sa system na no so emfa property rate nti just say when so high sa dan na se ontua o rent tax onya code a o dey ba akoto electricity ni water se o a dan so dey automatically no se onni property rate code a o dan no ho a untimi nya code unya ho kwan enkoto nyam kanea ani ensio emba sa adan mu sa ne ma we kire sen adan akese sinkran se owura no e de koji bosia de a ono tumi ma kachi betena ho architect ne nkrofo betena ho eye tumu se edan no ho kan ni e ma otumi koji loan e ba sa o se aban aso ayete assemblies no omo nkofa sa dan na omo nje no property data yes o eno na eye wonwan nti ye be boka ne ba ko de bi eye dan na obi esi edan eto aso 10 one me de kukuruwa 3 bedroom
ye nyina be
property rate ba ko obi di ne de han misumi de ni enso ne say property rate ba ko me ye ne sa yetimi twitwa mu sa de a
ebeboa
corruption in me last one
okay
corruption
okay
de bia ye kan ko be me say corruption ye do anipa ne se wa wia ye sika na sa esu no mesuma me ne ohia me recoup the money obi de meka no grab phone mienu a ye kan meje ba ko ato na ye den na obi timi wia ga na sika na ne dan 3 esi o na yesi ade no coins awam na me ameta sika no ye dia koma na kobrane me hu se ye budget no ye see tax exemptions no ye bete so they be what we are in is not just economic difficulty, it is crisis. Just say I want to embro so bia just say ye di dem de ewo mu no obi a ye de to on fache man bia no yentwa suspended totally. And yes, I will be so tax exemptions to a home fache keke. What I say now, how many a day more? Ye de mo bia O2 gold, O2 oil. Say sika no ono enya mfaso. Sa company aye mom sa eto on fache. O was catch in Ghana. Ebi mo was catch in Ghana kroni nyina. Na o man no wi na me sika da bank. O so be catch den. Mr. Abai hwe o yi.
Ye baba ho pa. Mensa ayi sa head cut here ye ka ho asemi. Mampani ene ye kasa no. O can say there will be no head cut. But ye kasa you know, that is what is happening. In reality no, that is what is happening. Me yen ka man me ye say bia obi bo aban bia chi. Sometimes you know, o ka no kra na ebi no de amanyo ma kata o mani. Asisi o maso. Enti de eye no kra sisi nyina tumi kasa oman na ehunu se aha na yeto sini. Enti ese tumi hwe na ye siesie no na ye firi ho na ye beti akwantempo no so na oman ko na anim no. Ye nye ne sa. Sa headcut ya a start say e wo banks ahodo yi no. One, investor bi ono no pese oba Ghana ha no. Enim se be de $10 million na eba. Na me de ko to bank ABCD a. Answer me say me kokko zi sa misika no. $10 million sam de say $10,000 sam de ba no. Eso beti. Enti ebe hye investor nkran say wo mra. Wo bra yan ya say investor say mra no. Two, emra kwa bi o betumi aka say abani ni ho kwa say bi misika da ho no. Ote so enye me fa so na oti o. Me dwetire na me da beto no ote so. Enti emra bi o betumi de abana kokko to say anasa bank ko na kokko to say ana me de misika beto na wate so. Na yehwe 27% policy rate no. Nso so be na de bre o man sikasem.
You Jacob na me da say. My main inche with you because after agro na nkasa sha.
Mama 10 minutes.
After agro na
10 minutes e chine na fe ye one is
light into my share glasses but I will say me because these are very serious issues. Me person me kasa Ghana for enne. Jacob na am say we shall say no ka say haircut aban o man penye ka said there will be no haircut but haircut na shall say Jacob na mamen ka say there is no haircut in Ghana. Haircut bia enkoso. There is some confusion in the system and empese me chirim. Afei na Kenoforiata through the 2023 budget or they as part of the budget say Parliament eman approval near what we call a debt exchange program which will include the haircut. So haircut no Parliament implement approval for a bank to implement any haircut.
And see, if I say individual banks between from Pimaye,
Jacob Nameba. Because haircut no any start because our debt restructuring program has not begun. What is happening now in the system is a pure thievery. The banks are stealing the people's money. And Jacob, now I'm going to explain. On say now the Bank of Ghana has increased the policy rate. The Bank of Ghana, through the Bank of Ghana Act, and they in charge of monetary policy of Ghana, they set what we call the policy rate. Before last week, they gave two policy rates in them, up to 27%, now 24.5%. You can't policy rate or more money. Policy rate they say banks no. I hold do our system no Bank of Ghana wa interest saying a bank at Bank of Ghana at the mawom at to mawom. Interest no na bank no so share no more the operational and risk expenses account no many the interest rate for the market. What the policy rate also means they say it is the lowest rate at which anybody can borrow in the market. Policy rate Bank of Ghana set policy rate at 24.5%. It just say obi bosia our system nimbiano. The lowest interest you can charge is 24.5% because that is the rate at which the Bank of Ghana lent to the commercial banks. Good. So obi tin sika 10,000 that's 100,000. No, they call Eco Bank. say may talk a fixed income security and as a fixed depositor. A Boston or bank or Eco Bank is lending. Because banks they say for 100,000 we adding a mommy for 1 year. 1 year make you be a 30%, 20%. And the account can not adding at the amount. It's lending. And that lending is dependent on the policy rate set by the central bank. You come to you. Enti Eco Bank any Stanbic Bank omo krata omo chere come customers ni do any Stanbic, any data bank say, any other bank say, Securities and Exchange Commission, ama omo to me say, because and for your panic withdrawal, they should calculate their investment at current market value. According to the policy rate, when policy rate goes up, interest rate goes up, correct?
Yes.
Correct. Bonds have a positive relationship with interest rate. When interest rate in any market goes up, the value of a bond go up. And the capital market is regulated by international rules. When interest rate goes up, the value of a bond goes up, not down. Let me give you an example. Young fan say banks, EJJ nkofo sika and now $dollars. Keke no me go good them. Or first can investment impo. $dollars go good them. At the beginning of the year, na dollar less than 7 cedis. And the dollar almost 15 cedis. And it's a bank simple EJJ go for sika no me $dollars keke good them. Summary, they have doubled the money they got. Why are the banks telling the people say because the market conditions have fallen into they are losing their money? And this make a say bonds have a positive relationship with interest rate. When interest rate goes up, the value of bond goes up. Banks echo back to investment in the US capital market, and because the interest rate in the US capital market has gone up, the value of their bonds have gone up. Kenya home for so. Do say betia Ghana for investment say the value of the because of market conditions. They are not taking away your principal, but no, they are not taking away your interest rate, but including part of your principal.
And I don't know. Individual banks, but to Philippe Musso, yes, sir. What's saying for the moment to me? SEC. Emma said to me, you bet to me the Afamara Kwan say, yes, see one more court to bet you Jaco course. Maybe building systematically because you see, sir, it's not me say, you're more than a chrono mobile. Because even if a haircut and a banks implement here, haircut is a unilateral decision. Haircut only arise out of negotiation. And the finance ministry say they market international investors they say they want to negotiate a 30% haircut on interest on international bond. They are going to negotiate. When I do see Breme, say, Messi for Sika Mame, 1 year, remember interest say 1 year ne so ebia investment a me koye anye enti interest na I say me chairman and why den mintimi nto I say me frɛ say Jacob na bra wo sika na wo de maame no me ka say me ma insi hu say but adwuma me de koye any problems ya manya nti no insi hu no mintimi ntua enti mintimi ntua ni nyina nti insi hu no ebia metumetua mu 5% pe wo be gya na say wonye Jacob na say menye o say ene my America kan mpe osika ma. It's a negotiation. And I was a banks, ne free customers, ne omotenase. Ne omo nyina agree say. Insi wo na yes e betu ama wo no. Ye nya. Say ne benya ama wo. And no it's not part of the principal. Principal ne de obient me fa ne nsan ka o principal. Yes, ka dwetire na nkasa.
Usika na wo de come on no. Enti in dire conditions. So we na no mo eden a investor no all you do ni say you the bank just give me my principal. Ude me sika 100,000 me de ma and 10,000 me de beto hon. Ude fama de mame me pay interest no fa. But for me sika get the mame. That is all. Enti obi bia wako bank. Wako ye adwuma. Ude usika koto ho. Wako ye bank no ate so say the 10,000 koto ho interest wo bank na enye sika entu amount. Insi hu no so o mas usika na wo de call no so o mas ate so banks na bokro no. And you also now you go to court. You may say Ghana court you can go to the international court because the bond is an international market. And your corona banks now.
Why should it be so? Say abano enye na say individual banks no authority buying no want to
correct. You see, and no there conflict of interest asema yana Ghana for you say politics no be. The danger of conflict of interest in an economy, especially in a crisis like this. SEC now banks this one directive. Unim the oteho. Unim the boss of SEC. After Obama, no yedma Data bank so can banks on what to think of Fusikano. Finance minister now was saying Fresh banks that kind of say, hey, I didn't know because the market will punish us. If you continue what you are doing, people will not come and invest their money in the economy again. So stop it. People cannot come and invest in our economy and you take away their interest and take away part of their principal. So stop it. Or no, in a bank, data bank, So how is he going to correct this mess? Anything like a conflict of interest as a man, you will be doing say, your time will be Ghana for some more. And who's to so idea about my mo. They say Musika, that bank already inflation 40%. Say 100,000 pound at my bank now. Inflation is this now. Already the money is gone because of high inflation. Say 100,000 now they call 1 year ago, Sikana bet me the 100,000 yen. Won't me find 100,000, won't me find you. Sikana san. Na what say? What dear? Chano. Me sika me beto ofama me bank ni say sika no kra me nya ma. Na what so? No amount. What the 100,000 call you might be 60,000. You might be 80,000, 70,000. Minimum be an investment of why the principal ya teso 20,000. Simon.
Okay.
You can't conflict of interest as some tremo. I'm say politics. They say musika na banks ni we are. Minister of Finance also otia banks no hwema banks no the right thing no. Ono so ne bank ye bi to the koka.
Now do we are say point of correction. Bonds don't have positive relationship with interest rates. Bonds rather have a negative relationship with interest rates. That is why as the monetary policy rate goes higher, the current market value of your bond falls.
No, that is not correct. That is not correct. The policy rate, you see? Quickly, let me, you see, the policy rate, Ghana, your monetary policy sits on just one leg, just on the policy rate. The Bank of Ghana uses the policy rate to curb inflation. So inflation, yes, a cost repair. The automatic thing the central bank will do is to increase the policy rate. And Nuntina, in response to the high inflation of 40% and the producer price index, as at end of October of 61.7%, yes. The central bank has now increased the policy rate by 250 basis points to 27%. Now, when the policy rate was at 24.5%, banks were charging an interest of 41%. Banks, no 41%. They know they can 38%. And the Bank of Ghana, I increased policy rate to 27%. Banks no form and every biang to swing no now a call over 50%. Who could Jibusia be ye Juma? In some way that's over 50%. A Juma na de kwakoye. A Kwabena. But you see, in the middle of this, kind of Foriata in the 2023 budget, say was increasing VAT by 2.5%. Kwabena, VAT is a consumption tax.
Sure.
It means once you increase the value of VAT, prices are going to go up. Already, in response to the current prices, the central bank has increased the policy rate. So next year, the 2.5% increase in VAT will add to inflation. In response to that inflation, the central bank will increase the policy rate again. 81 way ya. Now, just say, we are going into a recession. You see, anything I say, I buy no kind 2023 budget now. I buy only the way your budget in him, because you have the central bank using monetary policy tools like policy rate to fight inflation and control prices on the market, and you have the Ministry of Finance fueling the inflation by increasing consumption tax like VAT. You see, so the central bank and the Ministry of Finance are fighting against each other. What I say, Kwabena, interest rate, what does it do on the market? Now interest rate over 50%. It is going to add to prices. Businesses cannot break even. When they can't break even, they will shrink. They will lose their capital. Business will collapse. They will lay people off already. Who are buying? We say in 2023 we are going to implement a public sector employment freeze. In 2023, private sector now. We also almost expanded almost so far. And policy rate even now at 27%. So they are going to borrow at over 50%. How can they create jobs and employ people?
That's the question.
So these are some of the problems that Kwabena. What kind of budget now? It's a very empty. This is not an austerity budget. Okay. In the midst of a crisis, finally, midst of a crisis, and Kasamri and Aban, you say over fiscal discipline. Fiscal discipline or deficit is 61 billion. Or deficit is 61 billion. And Kwabena, 61 billion deficit. You are in a crisis, so and Kasamri say manage. Cut your coat according to your size. Don't spend what you don't have. Cut down on the wasteful expenditure. Cut down on expenditure was a main printing hamper. Cut down on expenditure was a main printed diaries. Main take Christmas hamper. Is that how to cut expenditure?
Of course, yes. And I know so count.
Main printed diary.
When
OGM, budgetary allocation to Office of Government Machinery, has increased by over 300%. Cut down on the wasteful expenditure was the main printed diary.
Okay.
So this is the recklessness and the fiscal indiscipline.
Divine. You didn't come in no. Sikasam nieka. Esi sunsun pe honam emre. Na yenko so ade ya na ye de ko. Wo de kakra, me de kakra, obi ade kakra na ye kaboma. Ye de chichiro man say bibi wo so ba bi na say e kan ye nyina no a okwan bi so no e be ha dwene pa. Wujiri se sa sikasam tutuye ene anamo aban no etuo se na be betu abom sikasam atumi agere be se gira no. Are we on the right path? Say ibenya good resource be there free ho. Wujiri say anke betumi I differently than what we have done, what we are doing now, and I say what we have already done. Budget statement and finance minister dey by.
Kwabena.
Yes sir.
Question ya wabisami. Ni mo aye kese ne say ye nyina ye Ghana for. And you say okonfuboni and obehye nkom say oman embo. Me mean shem nkom say oman, but I wish say enka policies are finance minister any aban mu penifo no dey betu dwano e ade anka be benefit ye ni na. But Agya Kwabena dey ba ko ne say sisi amino ka say oda sorry na say wo say wo tu kwan akota krade na wo ko new plan station na car ne loadi takrade na wo tua na driver no etu car ne wie na say ordinary kire motorway two things no one say either say driver no or the moka ko chinchia wasting time and answer wonim baby oko sana amemu we no ene we share abani de go akwan mu no ete me no I'm not going to go into a friend technicalities say inflation depreciation bond market international market ne sana management nyina na brofo ni nyina okeka mu nyina awia eye ade bi abrofo ba ko ye ka no fiscal policy and as a fiscal discipline. What it means in is aban sika a ohia e de bɔ ne ho bena ana so de manage ɔman no onyaaya ana na so onyaaya so a o spending the same o spending bruska na onyaaya no ana say o live within ono any means and then me no ka say internal ana say mobilization revenue mobilization aban etimi mobilize e de bɔ ne ho bena no enso intinu say ya bond as me yɛ nyina ɛyɛ busia ɛna amanfoɔ companies institutions ɛde ma aban na ɔde asɔ ne sika so ɛde ebu ɔman nti yɛka ne nyinaa kosi deɛ nti ɛsɛ haircut hairdo ne deɛ ɛba nyinaa no a ɛyɛ busia aban abɔ na ɛgya Kwabena mi bisa o si ɛsɛ busia aban abɔ a busia na aban ɔbɔɔyɛ no den na ɔde yɛɛyɛ ɛno ne yɛbɛdi ho nkɔmɔ aban abɔ busia expert ni sika chain sika ono ankasa generate na ba eja Kwabena me no kasa sisi minji ni say one kasa private life o hwe o sika o salary any other businesses na ma wo nyina no so at the end of the month no e could do 10,000 Ghana cedis o be spend every year be every month be o be spend 15,000 sa wa bra woni
me sika no so
enso ba o be spend 15,000 abro o 10,000 so wa bra wonim baby esika ni bi ebe fi beba wo sa eja no ana se wo sa papa no se be previous say na say classify o yen ga say wo mental problem because utumi nye no in perpetuity say oh ye the same thing results no the same one enye positive who cause why bobosia hwe na unim every time I say government officials when they get the opportunity to address the citizenry, the first thing they must do is to apologize to Ghanaians. First and foremost. Because, Jacob, why are we here at this crucial moment? Abayimu penny for and they Ghana show me, I was one of the very few people during the erstwhile Mohammed's government. We chastised him, vilified, and then you can all manner of things because we thought, say, the president was being unreasonable in managing the economy and he was incompetent. Those are the words we use for former President John Dramani Mahama. Today, here we are. In Kofonia journey and your this uncommon. No many opportunity betina kunyaneso. Eja Kwabena. Yet here say, Enna economic messiah, Rabba Umia Bekachre and say,
is a friend Maguire, economic Maguire.
Borrowing to manage a country, is a lazy man's approach. Even Madame Osula also, to the extent Bekachre and say, Senka Busia bonnet taxes and Kwana Yajidia, Nankaneba, only 20 years of crying, the Ghana Shan and Sanka, Sano Crampo, the simple formula to me. Nane Kufadra Bekachre and say, Fueleku Koso, Yetutumu, taxes a cost and in your management in actually say. Unim amemu sa system nyina no onso so enso ene sa ban we ba ye yo unim say we increase taxes chain aban bia unim so increase taxes chain aban bia and then in 2022 it took COVID-19 tax levy unim esla time mahama time energy sector levy e ba ye ye bufu ye say mahama di tax ababeto petrol so e ma ne bo akosoro nti ye onyi fi ho no mo no aban we e ba ye no unim so de sa esla no akwaje bosia ye fra de bi collateral mo de twi mo ga ne say
ndakosia wa
o de akosia wa 2035 eni bi to access kada yo no a o se sa tax romping so no nti no o de sa na ma we nyina kika bomu a na obi sa won say see ya ba be do some pempen so we know because say Agya Kwabena ya mismanage ye ho it is because introfo idiot omato yanim yes omo manage ye government no abanmufo no omo no omo mismanage ye we have what we call ultimate responsibility abaya said ye ni say odin hihye ebegu akwan mu na nka ho asensan ye hwe yete ha okay auditor general's report asem we meka every time be bebe bia meka because ye bia ye sorry ani ye se kwakobo bosia Yes, you kwa kosriska, you kwa shiska. Meanwhile, no, Osha Auditor General's report, the mismanagement cost war memo say, the corruption, the thievery, I cost no. Nina sikani nina ya jiji ya bobu sevia, a colandi in private pockets. Yenti ha say, ena PPA boss. Onu eba aban mu no fi MPP mu mo be join aban in 2017. Na ni sika on account mu nyina endu 400 million. Ni sika o wiase mu nyina o according to charge report no. Ye wie ya na within 3 years aban we buy no no kwa through keta hye ne dream contract connections o en kwa no. Na
me bo sasam no even say ho samo ewo asedi bia. Weti yetumi nyina enkuseti.
Oh no, these are public documents. I'm not even going to the court matter.
But to say betu aka say ene krono ne katahye ne we can pay se krono sanu a. No,
I'm not talking even about him. I'm talking about the thievery in the entire system. I'm just saying I'm using him just as an example.
Okay.
Onu at least Agya Kwabena woni mu salary. Unim ejuma woye se nipa ba aban mu no 400,000 40,000 cedis on account mu na ni sika no ashutu akọ 60 million na Agya Kwabena ye de ne be gina wo so be kire se be sika no wo no enu so gise wo hia mathematician as a scientific calculation bit
se bia na ne buhua ne bi wo japade bi wo bi no
o me kire mu enu na ye de ne koye so me kire mu a nkire mu number no Agya Kwabena se no koda nchen a se wo hwe Auditor General's report musika ye hwere aye say ya sane mani nyina kire say sika wo mamu ha say sika de bia no aban mu mpanifo obi ba aban mu 2 years 3 years no wa nya no ho tam meanwhile no ko de ne salary etoto eniama ne properties awa kwaya and commensurate apart from that unima de ba kwa ha me was a 11 we mu a oma ye crocodile john oma tumfu tregu ye ni hwe 11 asem ya ye ken aban mu penfo be ka kire say 11 ti ene ye roto no ye yefi ho anamebwa ene ye see the roto ye the 11 aba unim say 2023 ye be reintroduce roto ni biu e de aba wa bra 11 no e sanso wo ho ene am no ka say sa 11 asem ya ye ken a omo say eno ho ti ye nko IMF no ene 11 kro no ye nko IMF no we are a proud nation. First video now, boy, the country has a capacity, no. And then 11, no, you mu ye. And that's what honor my sanso threshold mu. Am I see a lubia, skebia best and you betia. And then 11 ho. Yes, also call IMF. It to be someone say, some politicians in paying for what buying we know. Have they been fair to us as Ghanaians?
Okay, me that say, divine me that say. Yes, sorry, yeah, bre I a bit. Yes, sorry, Anissa. I would say, mammy, more 2 minutes. Simam, you know, pay. Would you say baby a dream? I didn't necessarily 2 minutes.
Ebano, yes, I say, Makano, yeah, expand your tax base, Niama, Ebeya, Ebema, Numa, or Krumano, Mobenya, Sa, Ahondino, and assume Geno. A bini saying, say, say, your Kruma, poetry, and mo, de bia near money, if you are man at the bagana. I dare back where I buying yes or the task, Cassiabeto. Poultry product just a good corner my go for the ban and mono yet task as a better so now ma in your animal more swine peta so normal doma in Kunia Mumia in Kusiane poultry Jumana or Mujumano protection be basana nama Ghana ye macroom for the ento the omoyano and mono so de be a becca so ma task because so now ma Ghana ye yet me and yet and supplying in your you be brave Ghana hanko for ehia mo ambesa che ye pese omupa mu ato amekochro mbebia ye bi e wo no fo aye ready aye pese nkofo eto na ye nko ye nimi so ye nhwe sa 11 sa 100 Ghana threshold aban bi ne ho yi no san frambra e be boa ye pa na property rate rent taxes sa bia on se aye kan ye ntwa ne frambe ma obia ofie bia property bia ansa na obenya ho kwan so beto nsu ana electricity no ye frambe hye ho na obi antua ne property rate na obi antua rent taxes no afi so savat 2.5% we no ye me say eno so ewo nenim kakra nti aban hwe also na oba roto ya nyan ma so say ebeba biomi ya roto mi meka say embra no ye fa nkɔhye DVL bia ho na okotua DVL roadworthy a na ka wo de say scan no akotua ewo ho ma ye mfa to boot emba kwan ne so biom embe ha ye ne traffic any sa unfair system na obi sa tobu to me bia na e wo no wo so obi enkofa sa borders na tobu to no na chese ono ye de ontua bi na tobu to no ankasa nso no yen yi ne enfa nko DVL yo na obia nkotua ne ka no e wo ho afi so corruption me ni corruption pa let's recoup yen ko yechi kakra 5 years bia yen hwe safety 2017 2018 on nyina e ba no omo boy ekro no sika no public account committee me kire ahe omo timi age sa sika no yen hwe na exemption ne de me pa mo cho mo ma yen suspend na yen yi free o kakra se ye ho to ye kakra yen fa se time ye ko IMF yi mu no yen fa nka sa conditions no se ye the exemptions baako yen fa exemptions embra se yen twam ye ho akire yen ni omo betena se nye girigidi ade ye ni omo di nkita ho se ye ne ye de akwanya we ma we to ho fa che we ma mo enso ya akasa kra ye de ma mo no ye kra se sia ye bre nti esere mo ye ho akire yen ahon kire yi mu no mo amukrumfo mpinfo na ye boa ye wa IMF yi mu ye pa mo cho ma yen yi enfi ho se ye ho to ye kakra ye be san ni mo atena se ne ye di ho nkita ho na sa exemptions yi ho krata bi a ye pass o parliament ya fe na exemptions bill eno no ye be sere o mampe no fa ni nsa enhyase na embo ya nyina na ni krakra ne wie ne se minim se o man Ghana na ye tim no Ghana nya hia man we are not a poor country, we are only a poorly managed country. Say we here ne same no enkoso
me da se mensa me so ma 2 minutes bi sa na
ye ni bibia ye
there's no hope.
There is no hope because what's the situation now? Anka measures are combined up to 2023 budget. And no now senka eden. And my hope say oh, I fear ABC with the ABI no abesesa. Jacob now what kind 2023 budget now? Ghanaians should prepare for the West. They say a food trade be Ghana for them. We'll prepare for the West. We can be able to, because the next few years is going to be, especially the next 2 years, going to be a very crucial and difficult year for the people of this country. Already I started homes in Swaswo, and the 2023 budget, be bien noir a war budget no more a chese a buying we the near bracer problems are ye farmers or mine difficulties crisis are a womb as or mine no the near brace of baby be a fan. And yes, sir, Anka on a deficit of 61 billion in a crisis, in terms of a crisis. Not just a bino problem na from no one can on found. She measures, sir, what's our now here, and then a jacobna. Asema, a friend is saying, and I know a few days ago, a friend is a national security force say, will be a cancer, Twitter. Say, economy needs in the crisis and the bank account for focal banker or Monsanto Musica into Macako channel. You see, one and I had buying right from the beginning of this year. Say, baby, I buy, baby, I would do my economy, and yet, we are already in the crisis. Said, this is not the time for necessary witch hunting. This is not the time for an attack on free speech. Before we condemn the needless arrest of Kweku Rafiki, a social media activist. It was purely needless. I
say, you can't say there shouldn't be a attack on freedom of speech in Asifona. Freedom of speech doesn't mean say also sorry the OPBR between
exactly.
Say also measure what someone walk and
exactly. Boy, na some kind anything.
Okay. Would you look
yes, I just come because one can be obi can be na ebone a.
Okay.
Ade a okan he bia no a e ya ade a ensiye.
Okay.
When na wa mismanage economy no. Ama say banks e collapse and Jacob na it's true. There is an imminent banking crisis.
Okay.
Share debt restructuring almost a debt exchange program.
Okay.
Jacob na that debt exchange program now obey no. Do you know why when Fitch and Moody's downgraded government of Ghana, they downgraded 2 of our local banks? It's because of our exposure to government securities. local banks here omakoje busa amanone edi abrewo aban edi etua salaries edi no onum no you can't pay them so this crisis that's imminent what you need to put in place is how to resolve this crisis
I was saying one thing also the time 1 minute mama na maka also the mama na make agree na o promise ya wa mayanka no and the man can me won to me can I me share say farmers in there can say celebrate your mom national farmers day your mom big salute na can I me say can agree celebration we no can I me say can your crisis we no can yes celebration no na ka say sika no anka ye be say eda no ye be ma kuafo na kotena ase na o ma ye meeting efa denti a agree na etwe sign no na mo fa report krata mbra abontene na ka say fa sika no say ka agric input bi ti say fertilizer ana enye tent na ye ko han ye no ene be boa ye bibie mu na hu hia
so encourage so memu a ema nipa enye
de o say encourage ka obonyum mo ena o mo cutlass anyhow ana o mo machine ena me kire o say ka sada na abontene wa ye ko tena ye no e bonyum no ka ahokire aba no na ka sa enyum no hu hia na
okay
Tanzania edu so no o ma pay say may ye celebration enti na nkofo no da form no o ma hospital for no ko hospital mpa enu na kire say wo crisis mu enti say ayekoye ni mesra mo best Africa for say o mo ye o mo training hub no eni obi a te Jacob na mo eni minyanum nyina say obi anfa ne hunjim ne mboa
divine also ma one man
maybe time was coming na
2 minutes ne
when him dey make sense say you know utie aban mu panifo a ade ya omo ne Ghana fo kasa omo ye ne say omo pae chew say ye crisis ni mu no ye nyina no ye mmoaboa ye ho ana say ye hwe ne ma ebetumi aya ye beboa na
ma you odi watem so me pae chew
but you know say omo ankasa no me ka kire say omo ani mu aye den ni tie ye nyina ye nsusu ye boa no omo nya niama e kire say omu pese yen hu omu mobo akwete se eja obeka kire o ma se ne mama ye ne obeba na wiki ba before any pizza na esi honum na so sorry asi kroma ye den hwe se ne yeti he wo si nyina ye moa na ye nya botre ye unam no ka say meja Kwabena unim say teachers for lecturers for e was strike more than 2 months in nkrofo nka ho asem yes universities all the universities across the nation man say ye nka aban I ebubu nu egu na sumai na say emfa ne ho meanwhile no all the sector ministers ne omo share all of these agencies omo te kata ehwebo eja Kwabena me pa chow me di manosi me stress ye mpanyifo omo ndwin Ghana fo nkakra me net time na so me beja me di ending no ade bi koso unu se bia me bad advocacy bi wonu ma na maye de me kan say me sre you see a betting companies no omo ye adwuma ebi mu nso ye investment wo so but adie ba ko a ye ne say kele innovations wo mamu ase enne Ministry of Education say ontwa nani nkɔhwɛ ye nkola na omo ye under 18 na omo twa bet no ama sisi anu nkola no creativity ewu additional ewu quick money how to get quick money ama sisi anu nkola below 18 omo nyina twa bet no and Ministry of Education say in collaboration with National Security and Interior Ministry wherever no omo fa mechanisms ingu akwan mu na sa betting company no mo be hwe ko be super so a enkola no mo de mo ho agimu a mo nya adwuma a mo twa no eso be twa
no kore asasa no me no ya adwene pa sanse enkola ne chacha to no aye enkola ne de sisi aye chacha na to no aye enkola ne papa ti ese tumhwe na ye ho bibi enye enkola adwuma aye mpanifo adwuma nti divine kroma we no nko ade me no ya adwene me da papa divine kroma
chacha companies omo a me ka kire o say e hono na ye mfa ye ni ntwe na ye Agya Kwabena o sika e mane e wo sa abefo fidie no so no super bet for ne nyama no
bet for no me da say divine kroma me da say so nya bre baye na afei Mensa Thompson so me da say na Jeffrey Kabute Okanse also me da say na ene na wotwe Operation Stop hot for no ye adwuma bi na esobonten pra said nso na ye bebi enuan asrafo enam said be ya wo ma ese yeso ne kwae no ti bi omo na mu no meyi videos bi amama hwe yakopon adom a next weekend ene na wotwe na ya hwe se gold na yesi ye tuo ye say ye so ne ye kwae ho asem no crusade no mo adwa ne say ye jai ye nyae ye ba yi na mahwe niema ekoso o so bonten praso ne ye yi wi a mo atena ba bi text message edidi atem we continue to talk about it until say in so ni nyina ne abeti ayese regional ministers and afa MCs mampani oma no nkrofo no mo woni ko mo ho esan say ayese de ye konsuo e de gu contain mu ha adwene ena no pay Nana B, one of our viewers, said flying officer Francisca Agya Bafo na woda anti was say man happy birthday anti flying officer Francisca Agya Bafo kunu Nana B say me kan kire say my happy birthday and afi Eva Adam Amankwa Adoma Amankwa Divine Samin Cancer so chiao. Divine Kurma Sam Cancer. You, the Ghana no winnie ye. Divine Samin Cancer so chiao, Divine Kurma or not Tiano. Or say or chiapa. And then I feel a year on the 15th, I copy on the 18th. Ye call a Numa Samankase. A year at the Shidia Cassia Festival. No. Ebeko so anya sem kuma kra ebe ye gidigidi mutu aye on this 15th 16th 17th 18th ewo enuma samankase nti e ba ne mema mu pa na fe benu aba konso aye Emmanuel osei ade Emmanuel osei wona CEO edema Brain Eco Company Limited ye jaw ma me kwan ewo dwaso ene enti bro mentumi ama na so binum se abusuafo ni nyina agugo tie ma hyeden sanso na menua pani Eric Okata bra Eric Okata ene ne eja ne kwan ti bra Eric abusua ni nyina ma mu nyina hyeden sister bena ayokunafo kwasi ene nkwada ni nyina opare na fe abusuafo sisi ampofoa ene abusuafo ni nyina yamebe nyina ho hyeden bidi ade eja Kwabena Yeho Nyankopon ya adom dase ne behia na mo asaba ko pene mekoso aka se oman no eyeye dia se ya ye omanfo no anhwe akekere oman no a ahoho na be kekere dia mayen na so mo kekere se de ye pene no on be kekere se de omo pene no na ebe wi ase no ya ye ya de hye no ye be da ne nkoa na nkoa no mom abe ya de hye ya kramo